Yeah,
Boris.
let's see Boris.
That's what he just came in. That's what I thought I'd show you.
Yes.
Come on, Boris. This is a live view of Boris.
Oh my Lord.
The
He's
big
he's a
boy.
monster.
He's a big boy. Look, he's a big
Yeah,
boy.
bro.
It's a
He's
live
almost
podcast with you.
10 kilograms.
Yeah,
Oh.
10 kilograms. He's like the size of a small dog, bro. He's fucking
Yeah,
nuts.
man, my dog's in war. So one is like 2.5, and the second one's like 3.5 kilograms. So they are total fucking less than Boris. I'm like, this is insane.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's definitely on the secret subs. I think to say that's
Oh
safe to
yeah,
say.
yeah, yeah.
He's on those creatine gummies. I think, Dom.
Yeah, yeah. There's some ESN stuff here.
Yeah,
I
he is.
think I think Boris needs a code.
Yeah, code Boris to check out, guys. Get all your ESN stuff. Yes, guys, it's your boy Muggle and Mammoth. Welcome back to another episode of Mammoth and Dom on Meet Her Mentality podcast. Today we've got a very, very special episode. We're just going to be talking about everything we can and a review of the Portugal Pro Show that just went off with James Hollingshed returning back to stage, which is very exciting, isn't it, Dom? To
Yeah.
see him back in action after all these years. But yeah, just want to say, guys, thank you so much for all the support on the recent podcast. It means a lot to me and Dom. We didn't expect we'd get this amount of reaction towards the podcast, and to hear you guys are enjoying it and listening to it, it does mean the world. We're just two guys who absolutely love bodybuilding and extremely passionate about it. So to have people listening is really, really, valued to us. So how's it going, Dom? A little update from yourself and everything. How's gone this week and the last week and everything?
Yeah, so just a few words from myself at the beginning. Yeah, I really appreciate everyone who commented, liked, watched to the end, and like the amount of conversation I had in the gym and in my DMs that yeah they watched till to the last minute. I
Crazy,
was
isn't
I
it?
was
Yeah.
actually surprised. So thank you all. It really doesn't go unnoticed. So yeah, in terms of my week, it was a very very special one. So my mom and my brother came over to Ireland. So we did a little trip around the entire island. So I've been almost everywhere at this point. So we've been in Cork, so all the way south, in Belfast, and a few cities in between. Also, a great week of training because I managed to get my usual 5 sessions, but in 5 different gyms, which was nice to have some variety. Try a lot of old school equipment, chain driven stuff, old school Nautilus, Magnum. So I've started on Monday with a session in Level Up Gym. This is the session where I did the 5 plate RDL, which was mental. I felt fried for the next 3 days.
Imagine, yeah.
Absolutely ridiculous. But yeah, it actually worked out pretty well because the day afterwards they closed the gym for a week because they were like expanding. So
Oh, really?
I got the session like last minute, and it's very convenient because like 15 minutes for the airport. So I did my session. And I was waiting for a text from my mom where I can you know drive and pick up them from the airport. And then we headed south. So Tuesday was Kilkenny. It's a smaller city in Ireland. It was a rest day. Then on Wednesday, Tuesday was Cork. Monday was Kilkenny. Wednesday was the way home. So we stopped midway in Gory in Nebula Gym. So I think this is the best gym in Ireland. It's the one with the white machines, the greenish
Oh,
padding.
Nebula.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
it's
Yeah.
absolutely mental, and honestly, the leg area is even better. It was an upper day. I was so fried
Yeah.
after RDS. I was like, no legs today.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's incredible. Gym. I can recommend it to everybody. So I think something interesting for the audience would be how I approached the session. So of course I had some like layout in my mind. So I know how I like to structure my upper days. I always like to start with lateral, then some sort of a press or a fly that is quite short in bias, and then I'm rotating back with a press 2 times. So that's exactly what I did. What I simply done, I of course wanted to try as much equipment as possible. So I simply done 1, 2 working set per exercise, but more exercise than usual. So I ended up like at 12 or something like this. And some of them were identical movements. I didn't even warm up. It was just a different preacher, for example. Yeah. So I was
Yeah.
like, yeah, let's try all of them. So Man, I was the biggest surprise I think was the Magnum stuff. It's absolutely ridiculous.
Yes,
And the Nautilus chain-driven fly. It's such a bastard. It's so heavy at the short end,
is that
but
the really high incline one you use
yeah,
on?
yeah.
Yeah, it looks amazing. Yeah,
Yeah, it's the man and the connection. Holy moly!
yeah, I can
On
imagine.
Friday, I also tried the 10-degree one, which was in the south side gym. I prefer
Okay,
the 50.
yeah,
It's super unique movement. I never did, besides probably like a dumbbell incline fly, I never did an incline fly. So it was super cool. And yeah, then we headed to Dundalk. So I stayed in my accommodation. They slept in a hotel, which is just right next to me. And then on Thursday we went to Belfast. So I've already been to. There's a Titanic museum. So for
okay,
anyone who will be in Belfast, I think it's a must-have. I'm not a museum guy, and this is my favorite of all time. But I have been there like 2 months ago, so they went visiting the museum. In the meantime, I got a session the Infinity Gym, and this is the Megamass Center for Europe. So a lot of interesting pieces. They also have Medex, which is like a German brand, super rare stuff. Body Masters, man, another incredible gym. And the owner is an absolute legend. Like he's so nice. It was first time I went to the gym and the owner gave me full tour, but like no full tour like where's the bathroom, but like
yeah.
talking about each piece and how he get it sorted and like blah blah blah. It was a great.
But that was really interesting. Yeah,
Yeah, man, the Mega Mass stuff is so heavy. I don't know. Have you ever used a true squat of any kind?
there was
So the
one. There was the Watson one. I think Watson were the original. I'm not sure of the original, but probably not. But Watson is like the most sort of like one in the UK, which is found in the UK.
Yes,
I've
yes,
never used it.
exactly. Yeah, so I have actually used all three. So the OG, the Watson, and the Mega Mask. Man, the Mega Mask has a starting resistance of around 100 kilograms with no weight on it. Yeah, and and,
Fucking
and man, the owner told me that majority of people. So there are two pegs on it. There's a counterbalance like on the pendulum, and there is a normal one. So he said that majority of people only use the counterbalance peg, so they don't put any weight on it. It's so heavy. I actually did no weight on the counter and one plate behind me, one plate per side, so 2 plates. Man, fucking ridiculous. Very, very good. Actually, I think my favorites. I'm not a big fan of a true squat. I think the movement in general is
yeah,
kind of
yeah,
awkward.
yeah. I know.
But it was a very good one. Another highlight would be, of course, my first time using the flex leg extension. Man, also something I need to mention is like I think we can have a little chat right now about it. It's like gym pin in the gyms, and
Yeah,
like
yeah.
majority of gyms you see now they are banning the gym pins, and I don't think it's right. Like
No, I know.
I have I have like a specific. I will share my opinion first, and then I will let you jump on it. I feel like yes, maybe there are some pieces in the gym that should be marked. Please don't use the gym pin on me because I'm a rare piece, chain driven, and man, total respect. In the Infinity Gym, no problem. I never seen anybody using a gym pin on a flex like extension. I think I was the first one. No, swear to God, I never did. It is quite a heavy one, but I pinned a 10 and it was like a 10 repper. So solid set. But yeah, with the no use of the gym pin is like I don't like it. Like the machines are there, maybe not to overuse the gym pin because it's not like we need to put 4 plates and like throw the stack around. But anytime you see me using a gym pin, like I treat the machine super gently, like in a sense that like I really don't want it to break. Like I will after the last rep, I will put the weight very slowly, control it where it doesn't break the machine. It's the slamming of the fucking cable that breaks the machine. And people who are doing it are not using a full stack, I can promise you. They are doing the fucking half ROM tricep shit.
I mean, yeah, I mean, I agree with you, Dom. I feel as though, and I also want to say something just on the back of that. And it's this sort of like idea of like, I've seen it like it's been over in social media for a few years. It's sort of like you can't use a gym pin because you're not big enough to use the weight. You have to earn the weight you use, and I just think people who say that are just fucking dickheads, to be honest. Because people say, oh, you have to like if your quads aren't the size of the Stat Plus or 20, you shouldn't be using it. It's like people just make training so like everyone has to be exactly the same, and everyone has to not use loads of weight because their legs aren't the size of fucking Jay Cutler's. Like you said with the gym pin, like the gym pin is a great tool for progressive overload because ultimately, and also just to say, these machines are built strong. Like they are built with proper materials and they are meant to hold lots of weight. And just a fun fact, these machines, like especially like cable machines, are always built to hold like double the stack, just in case there's like a malfunction. So to add like a 20 on a gym pin, it's not going to affect it at all. Yeah, okay. If you're adding like 6 plates to like a machine and you're fucking slamming it, of course you're going to run into problems because then it's like more than the stack added on. And I just feel as though, Dom, I feel as though people just hate on people for the sake of hating on people because they're stronger than them. And also the fact that, people just sort of have this idea that gym pins are like, everyone who uses a gym pin is like, really treating the machine badly. But it's been made for tools. You look at the top people using it. I mean, I can name, C-Bum's used it, Jordan Peters has used it, I'm pretty sure Keon Pearson's used it. These are all like top people in the industry using it. And no one has a fucking problem with their using it, do they? But they have a problem when there's a passionate 17-year-old who's just trying to improve their training. You know what I mean? It's like, and I feel so, like you said, I feel like if there's a specific machine, which is like chain driven or rare, I feel as though, if the owners don't want that to be gym pin, that's understandable, but make sure that's, communicated well, But Dom, I feel as though, it's a really important tool for some people to make progress, especially if their programming is, I don't know, majority machines, whatever. It's important for people, and I don't see why it should be disincentivized as long as people are treating the equipment with respect, like you are. I've used a gym pin multiple times before, especially when things have been too light. And and my own machines, I've never had a problem with it cause any problems as long as you put the clip on and you just, especially on the way down, you don't slam it too much. It's fine. And I just think people who are just having a go at it just basically just not nice people, and they're just trying to inflict their own sort of negativity on others, trying to make progress. That's my opinion on it.
Yeah, exactly. And there are personal differences in like strength. Like, for example, like my leg extension is quite unproportional to anything else. Like I can like solid 10 rep, 12 rep set gym pin any leg extension there is with a plate or two, and maybe doesn't reflect in my yet like what people are saying that it doesn't reflect in my quads. Yeah, but like maybe how I'm built like makes me strongest this movement partner. So for me to overload it and get the better quads, I just need a bit more tension on and a bit more load. And those machines are not made for people like us, like for bodybuilders. Like nobody. I can promise you, I can probably name 2 or 3 brands like currently that are making machines that are like made with a proper stack, like or even not. Honestly, I don't even know if I can name one because the plate loaded stuff you can load shit ton of on.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
You just
That's
need
what.
thinner plates, but with like there's no currently made machine that is like unstackable, and it's like not that we are trying to only make it as easy for us to move from A to B. We are actually training hard and progressing it for like over 40 weeks. And like people are surprised that I don't know, I need to use like a thinner, like there are always somebody in Yuri that laughs like I need to like I'm walking with the powerlifting thin plates all over the gym. But bro, I've been using this machine for like 50 weeks sometimes 60. So basically since I moved here. And I'm doing it every single week, adding a bit of load, a rep here and there. And like you get strong. So like accommodating something like a gym pin is I think fine. And as I said, I would love to see a gym where gym pins are allowed, but if they have some super rare piece, that will be a sticker on it. Hey, please don't use a gym pin on me. And I would respect that totally because I'm obsessed with kit. I love a great old school machine. But honestly, with the old school stuff, there's no need for a gym pin. Like the stuff I've used in Gory, I barely I don't think I stacked anything.
Yeah.
Not mentioning a gym pin because like the stuff like from the 80s, it was built actually for people who train hard.
Yeah,
So
yeah. I mean, literally couldn't agree more. I mean, the chest press, I've just got the 1984 Panata chest press, chain driven. I mean, the stack is probably like, I did the stack for like 6 or 7 reps. And it was like, like that stack is probably like double what majority of like
yeah.
things are. And this is what you're talking about, Dom. It's like, I remember I've used like calf raises and like hamstring curls. And when I say like I'm using like I remember using this, like a single leg hamstring curl. You know what I mean? Like kneeling hamstring curl.
Oh
You
yeah.
stand up. There was one at a gym I used to use, and the stat was like huge. I was only on like the third pin of like 100, bro, and it
Yeah.
was that heavy. And like on every piece, like you're looking. If you go back to the 80s, you talk about like some of these calf raises, like the one Dorian used in Blood and Guts. The stat was like 1,500 pounds. Like, but the slabs are like 10 kilo, 20 kilo each. But now it's like they're like a kilo each.
Yeah.
And like you said, like, and also like it's literally made for proper bodybuilders back then. You don't
Yeah.
need a gym pin on this. It's so heavy. I think that's also to say, how gym equipment's gone. It's like, I don't know what's happened, but you look 40 years ago, things are better built than they are now.
Yeah.
And it doesn't make any sense because you've got all this technology and everything now, and all this new innovation with designs, and it's gotten worse on the majority of machines. Things are being cheaply made, worse materials, way lighter, easier to break. That machine I've got, that was released in 1984, Dom. 1984, and it's still in fucking good condition, and there's no problem with it.
Yeah.
It just says it all. It just says it all. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
It's a
Exactly.
reflection of what bodybuilding's gone to as well.
Yeah. Yeah. It's same like with like I've used a few body masterpieces, bro. The stacks on them are ridiculous. Like there's an overhead extension. It's also in the Infinity Gym, bro. The stack is 350 pounds. Overhead tricep extension. Fuck's sake, bro! When I saw the stack, I was like, bro, if I could use like 1/3 of it, I would be fucking proud. Same, I used the kneeling Bodymaster kneeling leg extension. I think the weight was in pounds, but I'm not sure. It was just labeled with numbers, and I was like using 50 on a stack of like 135.
Yeah,
Like ridiculous stuff, and it's all the stuff from the 80s. And one thing I want to bring up here is like I feel like owners of the gym that knows that their equipment was fully refurbished, they don't have problem with that. It's the only they see the problem where they have shit machines with shit in shit condition that actually may break, but it's not the fault of the gym pin. It would probably break either way, like because you don't care about your equipment in your gym.
yeah. I mean, it's like we could put it into one of my sort of analogies I like to use, like the idea with the car. It's like if you buy a house with shit bricks, don't be surprised when it crumbles and falls down. If you're gonna, as a gym owner, if you're gonna go out your way and cheapskate the equipment, and then you get pissed off that it breaks because you've only spent 300 quid on a fake, and that's also something I want to add. And I don't know if you've seen, Dom, but there are so many replicas on the market that, like, some people will buy like Cybex. It's not even Cybex, like, and they're all made in these huge factories in China. And it's been a new thing in the recent times, like, especially I'm pretty sure there's replicas coming in of Mega Mass and stuff now. Like generally, like, Dom, like you make a product and like a week later, someone in China will make a replica. That's how it is, man. And I think if you're purchasing equipment, you've got to be very careful now. And this is also what I was going to lead on to, just because I know we're talking about a kit a lot, but I did want to talk to you about this. And because I was speaking to someone who asked me in America some advice to start a home gym, like to find equipment and stuff.
Yeah.
And I'll say this on podcast so people can hear and find value. If you guys, any of you, are wanting to buy any equipment, this is coming from a first-hand experience. My personal advice going around buying equipment is you need to establish a contact, a real life contact which you can trust. The problem about buying online is it's very sketchy, right?
Yeah.
I recently, about a month ago, bought a chest press online, right? A Life Fitness pin loaded chest press. And I bought it, and for about 3 weeks I had no communication. There was nothing ever. And what happened was, and this is what happens on the majority when you buy online, like retailers, is people will take the money, and then once they've got the money, they will try and source out the piece of equipment. They don't have it, but they'll try and find it once they've got the money. And obviously that might take ages. So what's happened now? You spent the money, and now you're looking for something they don't even have, and you might not even get. Do you know what I mean? And that's what, and I had to cancel it and get a refund and everything. And then I went back to my original contact, which I got my hack squat from. Because guys, in this space of equipment, you've got to find someone you can trust and be able to go to a place and use it, see the condition. Because things which are listed online, trust me, are not the condition you'll get them in. They're completely like something will look pristine and it will come like a rust bucket. You want to make sure you go and try it out, see everything you need to see, and then you can purchase it. You know what I'm saying? And that's my experience, and that's my advice to anyone who's wanting to buy pieces of equipment. And also to add to that, by having an in-person contact, you're going to get pieces you'll never be able to find online. Like you won't be able to find anything change driven online. It's not possible. It's not there. You know what I mean? It's all underground. So that's my advice, guys. Anyone wants to start a gym, make sure you establish a contact. Go and see the machine. Go and try it out. Go and see if it's actually how it says it's, being produced online, and then go from there. You know what I mean? That's my advice to anyone who's starting a gym. Just thought I'd add that.
Yeah, I of course don't have the first-hand experience here, but after trying a few pieces, new pieces, this last week, and some of them were the same in theory only, because it's not like Nautilus Nitro shoulder press. It's the exact one that stands in your gym. So, for example, the one in Newry is honestly in not great condition, even though it looks fucking mega. And honestly, until you use the full like up to full stack, it moves very fucking well. But then I've used one in the Level Up gym, and it was like a brand new machine, like completely refurbished. And like I'm not saying about like a paint or something, but the way it moves. So I think a very good point you made is just go and try it if you can, because you can buy maybe a piece that on paper is not the best, but it's in a great condition and will last forever. And the opposite, you can buy some old school OG piece, but in terrible condition. I will probably need to refurbish it, and the price of the refurbishment can be probably the double of the price.
It's like a car, Dom. It's like you can buy like a vintage Porsche, and it's I don't know how much. I don't know how much vintage Porsche. Let's say it's like $5,000 or something, like an old Porsche, or $10,000. Then you pay for it. It's got like 200,000 miles on it, and then you're paying fucking $20,000 for the new gearbox, and then do you know what I mean? And also, just to add to that, trust me, like guys, when you buy equipment, like if it's too good to be true, it's too good to be true. I'm telling you now. If there's something's like, oh, that's a good deal, trust me, it'll be in shit condition. Do you know what I mean? Like nothing's too good to be true in this, this space. And the price, just to say, the price of equipment has just gone mental. Like you look, like a Cybex Mark 1 Smith was like 600 quid, like secondhand, like 10 years ago. You're looking to even get one, you're looking at like $5,000 plus. But I saw one listed for like $5,000, and it's probably in the worst condition I've ever seen in my life, and it's just not worth it. It's just not worth it, and this is what's happened with the world. Everything's just so expensive now. So that's just how it is.
Yeah, that's right. But as you said, like I've used a lot of the Megamass pieces, and honestly, Megamass is all knockoffs of something. Like I realized that so all the plate loaded chest presses and shoulder press, this is basically flex, like made out of as a flex. I don't know, the pull down is the same as Nautilus Explode, like 1-to-1. The swing squat is fucking unique. It's such a ridiculous piece.
It's like that.
You can adjust like the platform. You can adjust the angle, and it can be like 3 degrees out of vertical. It's almost vertical,
so
but
weird.
You can have it almost flat. But the best thing, the platform itself also moves, and like you can adjust anything on it. And that's not any knockoff. It's a very unique piece. But Megamass has a lot of the stuff that or the lateral that I used 2 weeks ago. It's basically the same as the Icarian one, the OG.
Yeah.
But I think I don't blame them for it, because the pieces that they are copying are fucking great, and Megamass actually does it very good. It doesn't feel like a Chinese knockoff. It feels like an original piece. I would even say that the presses are even heavier than the OG Flex.
Yeah.
They're ridiculous. So that just wrapping up the story of my week. Then the last day on Friday, I trained in the South Side gym. So I've actually trained with Dylan. So he texted me a few weeks ago if I would like to come get a session in. So that was lovely. The day pass was for free, so always nice.
Awesome. It's always
Uh,
good to have a session with
and
someone.
honestly, this gym was also packed. What I really liked about it, it had a like majority of stripe pieces. You can imagine the pin loaded ones, and they were all completely refurbished. Like they were brand new, bro. The stack was shining. Great stuff. Uh, and yeah, a lot of like Cybex Chrome. I don't know if you've ever seen a Chrome stack.
I have used. I told
Fucking
you.
gorgeous,
Yeah, yeah.
absolutely gorgeous. So yeah, I left my family at the airport around 6 and drive back home. So it was a very intense week. Yeah, it worked out well because I didn't have any shift in the gym. I just managed it through. So the weekend was very intense with that, but I have a great time with them. We seen a lot. We ate some good food, but most importantly, we had a good time with each other. So yeah, absolutely tremendous. So let's hear your thoughts about the Panata 9084 chain-driven chest press.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, Dom, it's been absolutely crazy, man. I've had a really good last few weeks. You know, obviously getting that piece of equipment, training's been going amazing. Got a new job, which is really, I'm honestly ecstatic about.
Congratulations, man.
Yeah, my last job wasn't very good. It was just working in like sort of like a how do I describe it to you? Do you know like the co-op, like that sort of thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, like a sort of like a garage. Like, I don't know how to describe it. Like you understand, like like a gas station. Like
Yes.
yeah, like that. But yeah, I've got a new gym as a gym instructor in a gym, which is great because to be able to be in a gym working is the ideal thing, to like you do yourself.
Yeah.
It's like it's second home, isn't it? So it's great to be in that environment. It's a really nice gym, just like a sort of leisure gym, but really good kit in there. Like I went in there, I was like, oh okay, all brand new. I'm pretty sure it has this, like it has the hammer strength. It's like the leg press that you hold onto the side, but it's like a leg press hack squat sort of variation thing. It's like you
Oh,
sit on it. It looks like a
oh,
car.
I know which one. I know which
It's
like
unique. I never
like
seen one.
the like the hack squat, but you sit on it basically.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
I'm not the biggest fan. I will be
it's
honest
just
with you.
unique. I just never seen it before. I
I,
just thought it was quite unique to have it in a
there, there,
commercial.
there, there are fucking a few in Warsaw, and I was like, bro, give me a normal hack squat.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But I know you say you don't have two, don't have a mix of both. Have one.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's really happy. So that's really good from just a general, just being in a different environment, which is good. And
Lovely.
financially good means I can be able to finance a lot more videography, a lot more equipment. Some big things coming in the next few weeks. I'll say it now. I'm getting this sort of like massive wall design by this sort of graffiti artist who's in
Oh yeah.
Derbyshire. I can show you some of his work. I'm getting like the Mammoth Animal Kingdom. It's going to go on the whole wall on the gym, which is going to be really cool.
Bro, that's
It's just going to
amazing.
make it look absolutely insane. So I'm absolutely buzzing for that to happen. He's really talented. He just did. I saw him off. He did some work for Be Modified,
Oh,
and I saw him off that, and I was just like, I instantly messaged him. I was like, we need to work together. That bold style was just so cool, man.
lovely.
Yeah, just so cool. I'm really looking forward to that. Obviously, as I said, the new chest press. Again, every single piece of kit I get is so much valued. It just makes it look even more incredible. I just want to show you something. Actually, I showed my parents yesterday the transformation of the gym in 8 months. I'm going to make a post on this as well, but I just thought I'd show you, Dom, and the people on the podcast of how crazy this is because I don't think you've seen what it was like before because I haven't posted it before because it was like,
Okay.
but yeah, I think you're going to find this impressive. I'm just going to get it up now.
And I remember the day like you got like all the strength shop
Yeah,
stuff was coming.
I mean, Dom, like, guys, Dom has been like my OG supporter. I've been his OG supporter. Like, ever since I was on like 500 followers, Dom was on like 200, like 2 years ago. Me and Dom have been commenting on each other's like, because I went back on my Instagram because I was trying to find like a video of like a gym, like a piece of equipment, and it was like generally like this 12th post. And Dom was like, yeah, I couldn't agree more, bro. Great approach to training. I was like, oh man, that takes me back. You know what I mean? I don't know how we
Man,
found each other on Instagram. I actually don't know. I've got no idea. Because you were in Poland. You were Polish. You were full Polish
I
blood
don't
there.
know. The algorithm sometimes sick stuff, but
Exactly. I'm just finding it now. Okay, it's here. Um, Anything you want to say, Dom? Just trying to find this. I'm just trying to find
no,
this.
I'm honestly blessed that I had a opportunity this week to do this kind of stuff. So yeah, I ate like a ton of beef, which is
Yay.
always mega. Uh, and yeah, I'm very man. I love following the what's going on with the gym, and you know that I will be there this summer. So it's. All the matter you like for all the listeners you need to stay tuned because that will be some RDL session going there, so um yeah, hopefully we will make it work. And uh yeah, besides that, got back to my usual the gym Newry setup. And honestly, like I'm saying, all those gyms are amazing because they are, but there's something about Newry that we just don't have a single bad piece of equipment. Like every single piece is usable and it's very good. Where in some of those gyms, yeah, there are some gems, but like there are, I don't know, some prime knockoffs which I would even not touch because it's a knockoff. I'm like,
I've seen this. Yeah.
yeah, I'm
Yeah.
like, really, not for me. So yeah, also excited because the other gym from the owner, so from Declan, the owner of this gym, is opening in Lurgan, and I'm gonna say it will be something insane. There will be 64 leg machines, not
Fucking
not counting any squat racks at machines.
64. Are you serious?
So yeah, so the man, the gym new is not the biggest gym, but the leg room in Lurgan will be the size of the entire gym here.
64.
Yeah, 64 or 63. So
What, just
yeah,
legs?
only legs. And
How big is this gym? What the
it will be
fuck?
it will be ridiculous, man. So they are almost done with the leg room. I'm not sure if Declan will remember, but he told me that I could get in a session before they open, so that they would not open only the leg room; they will open the entire gym. But when
Yeah.
the leg room will be done, he said I can come down for a session.
Oh, I bet
And
that'll be
so,
sick.
for example, one piece of equipment that will be there is the hammer strength H squat. It's the one that you need to climb the stairs up.
Why has he bought that? It's such
Bro,
a
because it's the
waste of
only
space.
because it's the bro because he has too much space.
How does he have this much money? This guy's
I don't know. It's ridiculous.
it's why
So
not?
so he
Why not?
man his besides the fact that he owns the gym, the main business is he sells equipment.
Yeah, that's also. I'll get on to that because there was my contact who I have. That's how a lot of people in the gyms make their money. It's not just for memberships because, like, this is what I'll say. I said this to you on text. It's like, guys, it's I want. It's not obviously not easy, but it's easier to open a gym, but it's very hard to sustain the gym with to actually have funding. Like most gyms are just looking to break even. Like especially bodybuilding gyms, like, and if you've got like a relatively expensive membership, you're not going to get thousands of members because majority of people who go to the gym will just go to the gym group or pure gym for 10 quid a month in the morning before work or whatever. They won't go out their way to go to a bodybuilding gym because they don't. When I say bodybuilding gym, I mean like a more of a bodybuilding style gym for the equipment because they don't understand it, they don't know it, and they're not bothered. Do you know what I mean? So in order to keep the business alive, a lot of gym owners will go and sell kit alongside that, which is quite a profitable business, especially if you've got good contacts like your guy. Obviously, these things can go for big bucks. You know, you can be making thousands a week off selling stuff. You know, especially if you've got good contacts.
Yeah,
But yeah, I've just got the photo up now. I just want to show you. So
yeah. Let's see it.
so that can you see that? That was the gym 8 months ago.
Yeah.
Absolutely stuffed. Yeah,
It's fucking mental,
yeah.
bro.
And that was in the summer, so it's last summer, so basically
Uh-huh.
now. And we had to clear it all out. Took forever to clear out. The most hard part about it was just getting everything out because it was just like it's
Yeah.
been a shit heap for like years. We've stored all the stuff. Then I had to build a shed outside in my garden. But I had to put all the stuff in. And then by the time we'd done that for like a few months, then we could start wiping it down. It was so dirty, as you can imagine.
Yeah.
And then I had put all the flooring in, and then obviously it was just a gradual process from there. And I'm just getting a recent photo I took just to show you guys the
Bro,
difference.
this will be a mental transformation. Like,
No, I just want to make sure it's on widescreen. There you go. It's just bigger. Uh,
bro, that's mental. This is so sick. And
yeah,
the red Panata over there.
you
It's
can
like a
see it.
Ferrari in this garage.
Yeah, I mean that's the 8 month transformation. Like it's one of the probably the most proudest thing I've ever done in my life.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
so yeah, I just want to share that with you and
Man, congratulations. This is really like ridiculous. Like I have no words to describe this. So man, if you'll get the graffiti, it will be
yeah,
mega.
it's yeah. I mean, it's gonna look and I'm getting it on like how can I describe it? Like it's almost like a painting. It's not on the actual wall. It's so I can take it to my public gym in the next few years. You know what I mean? So I can have it on the wall there. That's obviously the
How
goal.
big it will be?
It will be quite big. It will be the whole wall. It will be probably if I just it's gonna be go where I'll just show you where the wall is. If you see like if you see like there, like if you see the wall there,
Yeah.
how big it is, like it's gonna be that whole wall. It'll be like that whole thing. So
Oh,
it'll be really sick. It'll be
that
like
will be insane.
a mammoth, and I don't know exactly what it will be yet, but like a mammoth, the Animal Kingdom gym home in the mammoth. You know what I mean? And it will look sick with loads of ball colors everywhere. But yeah,
Oh yeah, yeah, man. I think graffiti is such an underrated thing to put in the gym. So I
yeah, yeah.
saw my man here, so Matt, the classic IB bro. He has Jay Cutler doing a quad stump,
I've
but
seen it. Yeah, yeah. So
graffiti,
cool.
man, it looks so cool. Like
Yeah.
so, like for you, it's even better because you have your own name, you have your own logo, and like an animal that you can associate yourself with.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But man, I think it's such a cool thing, and I like those details like build really the atmosphere in the gym.
And they build soul and character. And I've always been a massive fan of like I'm obviously I do my graphics and stuff, but I've always loved art. Like I spent a lot of time when I was younger, like making cartoons and comics. And I've been into like drawing ever since I was like 8 years old, and that's obviously transpired into thumbnail making, graphics, clothing, everything I've made on my own. I've never had any help from anyone doing it, so
Yeah.
you and this is why like you use all the skills you learn over the years in bodybuilding, like
Oh yeah.
everything you use and you can utilize for your advantage. I'm gonna this is the sort of art this guy does. So you need to see like the whole
Oh, that's
there.
cool. Oh man, this will be absolutely
And then
mega.
I'll show you what he did for Be Modified. He did that for Be Modified, like that sort of thing there. The gorilla Be
Cool.
Modified.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
you see what I'm
I
saying?
saw it. I
Yeah.
followed them. They're gonna be
It's
modified.
so
Yeah,
cool, isn't it? Yeah.
man, good for you. Good for
I
you.
appreciate that, man.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, that was that. So I want to share that with the guys listening. If you're listening on Spotify, make sure you go on YouTube and have a look.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, do you want to talk about the Portugal Pro now? Just
Yeah. I think we can hop in. So James is back,
yeah,
and I think James is back better than ever. So
yeah,
I'm not sure if we can. I feel like we can actually say that it was the best James. I don't think it was. I think that he had some great looks for sure, much improved from the 25 season. That's for sure, and of course the close battle and 1 point decision in both prejudging and finals with Jordan. So yeah, what's your thoughts about it? Do you want to pop in the the video?
yeah. I mean, I agree with you. I think James has made he's made significant improvements since 2025. I mean, what I had I mean, I can say this. I've had James Hollingshed on the podcast. Very, very privileged to say that I had talked to him for a few hours, and what we spoke about is his approach changed because obviously, if you guys follow bodybuilding closely, James had a quite of a sort of fluctuation in his different coaches, and obviously with a different, especially at that high level. Coaching is a bit different to how it is at the amateur level. Everything is so different at that level. You have like every coach has a different approach with food and training and everything. So James went more of a sort of new gen approach for that 2025 season, which I mean, he's words come from his mouth. It negatively affected his physique, focusing on more of a high frequency, more less sort of meat and potato movements, more single arm, shit and everything. And it left his physique lacking that sort of grain that we saw him, when his pro shows in 2020 and everything like that. And I feel as though, he during that period of time, he told me that he regretted going that approach because it negatively affected his physique. And obviously this year, James has obviously got his home gym, and he's definitely, with his new coach, Zach, brought back that old graininess we saw in the 90s and everything. I mean, look at him now. I mean, I think what's really surprising is that people had James, placing in the top 5 this year, but he's really shocked, made a massive shockwave in the bodyboarding space because he's basically almost came first. And now looking towards Tampa, he's looking at, definitely a top 3 placing, and he might even win, which is absolutely amazing because we want a British guy to win and get to the Olympia. And yeah, that's what I say about it. The shed is motherfucking back.
Yeah, he's back, and for me, the I don't want to say the biggest surprise, but like that was an show that he like chose to do last minute, and
Yeah,
he looks
exactly.
mental, absolutely mental, and that was what we saw from him and his new coach from updates coming to this show, like absolutely tremendous stuff, and James that we all wanted to see, so. As I said, it was a 1 point decision only,
Yeah,
and
exactly. Yeah.
and they had the Jordan, so the guy in the middle, winning both finals and prejudging, which is for me surprising. I
Yeah.
touched upon it before we started the pod that this is the Freeman call out from the finals, but in the prejudging they had 1 point decision, and they so after the first call out they say James, Jordan, and so the guy on the right, Lorenzo, he came third. You just go off stage. So they knew that this is the top 3, but it was still a 1 point decision, and I kind of don't understand why they didn't like get them back. Like this is
Yeah.
this is a pro show, and 1 point decision for me is like it's like a very very close. It's like can be one pause for one judge, and
Yeah.
and James could pull it. So that's the only thing I'm a bit surprised about. I don't want to say I don't want to take anything from Jordan. He looks also great. I think you can argue he is a bit more aesthetically pleasing, whatever that means. Maybe
Mm,
his midsection is a bit better, but man, James smoked him from in the side poses.
absolutely. Yeah.
Look at this.
Yeah.
That's James all day. So I actually had James winning both the side try or side try.
Yeah, Dom, it's not. It's not. It's frozen at the moment.
Is it?
Yeah, it's paused. It's not playing. Just letting you know.
Is it now?
It's paused on three.
But yeah, but it's like I think it's still shots. So
The video's like it says. The
Oh,
video's.
this is his post. Oh shit! I see it now. Sorry.
No worries. No worries.
Oh, I think I know what. I think I cannot show a YouTube video. I think it's blocked.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
Can you
I'm clicking resume and it doesn't go.
can you go on to maybe Instagram and just get up
Yeah,
shots? Yeah.
apologies for that, guys.
No, no,
I
no,
was
no worries. No worries. I
so,
think Zoom might have like a contract with YouTube.
yeah, for
I don't
sure.
know.
Yeah, I think it blocks it. So yeah, we will see.
Yeah,
Mm,
like Dom said, I feel as though they should have brought them out again. I mean, 1 point is it. I mean, we don't really see a 1 point sort of like difference that often. There's usually a clear winner, or there's like a clear, sort of top contenders. I personally had James winning as well. I like James's physique more, but like Dom said, I've nothing against Jordan. They're all fantastic bodybuilders at the end of the day. I think James absolutely smokes Jordan from the side shots. I mean, the only thing I'd say about the rear is maybe I think Jordan's a little bit more conditioned through the legs and the glutes, but James's back is definitely stronger than Jordan's. I think, in my opinion. Yeah, like I can see it now. Yeah, look at him, absolute madness.
yeah,
And considering this is basically James for 4 weeks out from the
yeah,
Tampa, it's crazy. For a really good. I mean, I think he's really really dense here, isn't he? He's definitely
Yeah,
brought back that
it's
density.
man from the side, it's absolutely mental. And you know what? I actually think that we also, in terms of British bodybuilding, Mark looked very very good. I think he was much improved. I believe he
Mm.
came eighth.
He came in, yeah,
So
yeah,
so he was out of the first call, but I was still impressed because I feel like there was kind of he was like on a hype around a year ago, and
yeah,
then the more he competed, the more the physics started to fade, and he
yeah.
didn't finally qualify for the O. But I think he is back, and I think he has a good shot of pulling this out this year. So as I said, I
Mm.
think he was eighth or ninth, just
He was eight. I'm
yeah,
pretty
he
sure
was
he was eight.
eighth,
You
just
can see it there.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
written
yeah,
there.
exactly. Just ahead of actually a Polish guy, David Cnota. So I don't know if he'll be here. I would love to show him. He's the guy with the massive calves.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, you know.
Uh,
So
yeah, I mean, the thing about Mark is like, I think you're right, Dom. I think, he came very close to qualifying. I'm pretty sure he was in the top three a few times, for
yeah,
sure. I think the thing about Mark, I mean, I really like his. I think the thing about Mark is, I think he's not as conditioned as the others through the rear, especially in that leg area. His glutes aren't fully peeled out, which obviously that's a component to the bodybuilding. You've got to be really lean. But I think one of the things which lets Mark down is his asymmetry. That's due to him having multiple injuries over the years, especially with his
yeah,
shoulder. I mean, if you can see here and just wait till he goes to the back shots, you'll see his lats are slightly sort of uneven when he goes into, like, you can see there on the
yeah,
left, it's bigger than the right. And that's definitely hurting him a lot, the asymmetry. But Mark's an absolutely sick bodybuilder. He's a real sort of UK legend in the scene. And he's been around for many years, and I think he's definitely got a good shot of qualifying. I mean, he's come really close a few times, but I think, like you said, Dom, I think he's competed so many times now in this year. I mean, he just keeps going back to back. I
yeah.
think he's really looking for that Olympia qualification. I'm not sure how old Mark is actually. I think he's definitely in his 30s. I think, but I'm not sure
Yeah,
how old he
I
is.
think he's like close to the Jordan is, but not sure
Yeah,
to be honest.
yeah, but yeah, absolutely sick physique.
Yeah, yeah. I'm a big fan of his frame.
I love his
I
style.
really like it. He's the aesthetically pleasing guy, I would
Very,
say.
yeah.
Yeah, I agree. There is some disproportion, and probably the condition, especially from the back, is something that he misses. We'll see how it plays off. I don't want to say he's the type of guy like Samson that like, but maybe he is like he will never have glutes like Derek. Like maybe
Mm,
that's a thing. Because actually, in terms of glutes, I and Derek, I would say that Jordan has a very similar structure around the hip area. Like if he turns
yeah.
to the back, I think it's very similar. What I think maybe played a bit of a role in Jordan winning is that I would say the shots that Jordan is winning are from the front. We can have a discussion here if the front shots carry more value than the rear shots. Oh, here he goes. It's like Derek Lansford here. If you take a screenshot, I would say it's Derek.
Yeah, I mean,
That it's
yeah,
Derek-ish, of course, yeah.
yeah.
But and I think we can have an interesting chat actually. If like are there poses in bodybuilding that carry more weight
Mm.
than others? Because there was a saying a few years ago that you win a show from a back. Is it still holding true? What do you think?
I mean, how many poses are there from the back in bodybuilding? So you've got the rear lat, you've got the back, the rear double bicep, then you've got the rear relax. I mean, that's three shots.
Yeah,
So compared to how many side shots are there? The side chest, side tricep. So that's two shots, and the front there's front double, front lat, abs and thigh, most muscular.
yeah,
So I think the front's actually got more shots than the back. I
yeah,
feel as though people, the whole thing about you win the shots on the rear is I think when you really turn that rear double bicep, you can really see who's peeled and who isn't.
Yeah.
Especially from the hamstrings. I think. I mean, from what I know of bodybuilding, they're the things which like really indicate low levels of body fat is the hamstrings being strung and dug out, and the glutes are the things which come in last, and where people hold the most body fat on. So I think that sort of whole notion, Dom, is basically from a condition standpoint. When you turn around to the rear, you look up someone like Dorian and everything, that density and that grain and that condition is really like, I think it's almost like a starstruck thing in bodybuilding that you see that and then you see it someone who isn't, and that almost wins it for them, if that makes sense. And I think that's what James maybe, I don't know exactly, might have lost on him. Is that just that condition from the rear? I think Jordan was just fucking on that day, to be honest with you.
Yeah, that's right. Have you seen the two bros in Rotterdam? It was a regional.
Oh yeah, I've seen it. Yeah. What are your thoughts on that?
Like honestly, I've been not watching it a lot. The only standout that I can pop out here is Cameron, so an Irish lad.
Oh
Because
really?
yeah, he was in the natural where is it? In the naturals. So yeah, he pulled out a win. So he's coached by AJ, and it is exciting because he was like 8 weeks out, and like everyone was saying to him, "Oh man, you are too peeled, too peeled." And yeah, he jumped on it. It was a surprise show. I've actually spoken to him on Instagram shortly, and yeah, he said that it was a biggest problem to keep the secret. But yeah, he looks mental, honestly. So he was both classic physique overall and middleweight bodybuilding champion. So yeah, good to see some Irish lads on the UK scene as well. Because yeah, I don't say we. I don't feel like as Irish yet, but people from here, the bodybuilding community is for sure much smaller. So for sure, most of the lads will compete on both on the UK soil and here in Ireland. So yeah, super happy for him. Great look, to be honest. So just wanted to mention it because that was the only, let's say, standout and surprise from the Two Bros event in Rotterdam that took place last weekend, I believe. So.
If you go onto the page, there's also someone called Ben Diesel, who's the next UK IPB Pro prospect. If you go down, you'll probably find him. I think it was just Kuba's show, wasn't it? Yeah.
MK. Yeah. I think it was MK
coaching.
Something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this guy called Ben Diesel who
okay, that's the
really big, massive, human. Here he is. There.
Yeah. There.
I mean, he's won the regional. He's looking for that pro card. He tried to go for it last year, but he was beat by, I can't remember who he was beat by. He came second or something in the qualifier. I can't remember, but he's really big, humongous. He trains out of I'm pretty sure he trains out of Ultraflex Derby, which is about 20 minutes from me. So, and he's coached by Christian, if you know who that is. Christian.
Of course. Yeah.
He's obviously. I mean, he's he's very well known in the UK coaching scene. He actually competes someone who competes. He actually coaches someone who competed at Portugal. That was Dar Manzens.
Okay.
He came seventh, I think. He coached this guy called Dar Manza. If you search him up, Dom, he came like seventh or eighth. No, I think he came. No, Mark came eighth, so he must have come seventh, I think. I'll show you him.
Wait, that's classic.
There he is. You can see him there. He came sixth, actually. Yeah, Darman.
Okay. Yeah, we can search him.
Yeah, I mean, like he was, and that's really cool to have a UK coach someone that level, like it is with Zach and everything.
Oh yeah,
it's really cool. Yeah.
Wow.
I mean,
yeah.
I think he just needs more. I think he just needs more time. You know what I mean? Just to get bigger. I think that's like like any pro bodyboarder. I think it's just time in the game, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right. And there's also one standout for me there. I don't remember. Wait, let me pause this. From 212, the guy who won.
Oh, Nihat Kiat or something. Yeah,
Yeah.
212 guy. Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
Very good. Very good. Yeah.
Yeah. I actually. Oh yeah, there he is. Let me share this
Saw Dan
again.
Slavy there. I was just thinking that 100 kilo dumbbell press.
Oh yeah, bro,
Yeah,
seeing it live is meant. Like we can touch upon it in a minute. Yeah, we
fucking
would love to have him on the podcast. So if you listen, Dan,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
come on. No,
I mean,
this was I actually. He trained with James
yeah, I saw that.
afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah, but great package, great package, and I think
Mm,
that it's a great 212 physique that can push somebody like Kian or Sean on the O. So yeah, I assume he will probably focus on the Olympia now.
yeah, yeah.
But
Great
we
side shots.
yeah, I love the front double by.
He's really strong. What's his rear like? I
Let
think
me
he's very balanced, isn't he? Oh, there's some rear shots there.
I think this so the on the right is so the left is Olympia,
Christ,
right is Portugal.
that's a
So
massive improvement.
yeah,
Jesus.
man, like even look at like a adductor, like there's no space here, and
Yeah,
man, the back. This is some improvements to be made, especially considering the fact that he has a limit. Yeah, like this is not
yeah.
open. So
No, yeah.
for me, absolutely ridiculous. And I will be honest, I have not. I don't really follow 212 as much, and
Yeah.
I found out this guy after this show, and I was super impressed. So, yeah, a really really nice standout. Uh,
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he's. I mean, I remember first seeing him compete in Dubai. I'm pretty sure a year ago. And he was sort of like, and that's his sort of rise to sort of fame during that period. He really sort of shocked the world because, there's like these bodybuilders just come out of nowhere. Dom. It's like they've been
yeah,
training and they just come out of nowhere and they just pop up. And I think this is something to be said as well with the way bodybuilding is going now. I think it's not necessarily how it was back in the day. Like in every sport there's always someone who dominates. Like if you look at like tennis, it's Djokovic dominating, or
yeah,
football, it's Ronaldo dominating. And then in bodybuilding, it was Ronnie who won 8 years, Jay who won 6 years, Dorian who won six.
yeah,
There's always been someone who's been like consistently the top dog. But in the recent times, I mean, it's been going either way. I mean, we've had so many different Olympia winners, and in the Open, especially. Not talking about Classic, of course, because obviously
yeah,
Seabuck won six Olympias in the Classic. But you've had, Derek won two, and then you've had Samson win, and you've had Haddy win, and then you've had like people like years ago, you had that guy Big Ramy win.
oh
Uh,
yeah,
it's been sort of like fluctuating, and there's no like real standout winner.
yeah.
Obviously, Olympia's coming up soon. I'm really looking forward to it, Dom. I feel as though like it is every year. I mean, it obviously got Andrew Jack coming in now,
Yeah.
and you had the privilege to meet him at the Jim Newry, wasn't it,
Yeah,
seminar? I mean, he's cute. Imagine how big he is in person. Mental, wouldn't
yeah.
it?
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. But yeah, I'm very excited about the O as well. The only thing I'm like maybe thinking about if they should not move maybe the Olympia out of the States, because for some of the guys getting a visa is a big problem. And like okay, Harry did get a visa every single time, but imagine how much stress it is. Like you are absolutely diced, peeled, and ready, and you're a week out, and you don't know if you'll go to States, because like your country is at war with United States. So I heard that there is. I'm not say I don't want to say a plan, but like people are talking about like moving the Olympia somewhere else, and I think it would be a good idea. So of course I cannot remember those times because I was not following bodybuilding yet, but there was times where Olympia was outside of the states. I think that would be cool to see. Also maybe for us Europeans who would like to visit an Olympia, where flying to Olympia is this is like a nightmare of an expense. And we let's be honest, we would all love to see it. Of course, we have events like Arnold here, but it's different. Like Arnold,
Yeah,
it's an invitational. Majority of Olympians, maybe apart from Samson, they don't compete after
yeah,
they win an Olympia, which honestly I don't blame them for, but honestly it's a bit boring. Like
yeah,
you should be an ambassador of the sport. So
yeah.
So yeah, the Olympia this year will be very interesting in classic as well, because I think right now we are approaching the area a bit similar to what you just mentioned in open, where there's not really a clean standout and a clear standard. There's no such a figure as Chris anymore in the lineup. So yeah, I think it will be very, very interesting.
I mean, yeah, I mean, classic is like exactly the same as open. It's definitely it's a fluctuating thing. I mean, obviously Ramon won last time, and I mean, it's going to go either way on the day. I feel as though it depends what the judges prefer,
Mm,
physique wise, because obviously Mike Summerfield. He's obviously very wide. He's quite big for an a classic guy, isn't he?
yeah,
And then obviously Ramon's slightly more narrow, more sort of flow to his physique. Then you also got people like Wesley, he
yeah,
competes in the Arnold all the time. Yeah, I mean, the standard of bodybuilding is obviously, I think in the classic division it's gotten so much better.
yeah,
I mean, has the standard in the open got significantly better? I mean, that's up for debate. Obviously, there's more people bodybuilding now, like we mentioned on the podcast before. But I will go back to this point. It's like you look at James's physique and you look at that grain and you look at that maturity and you wonder what's caused that compared to new competitors. Because James does look different to a lot of other bodybuilders on that stage. He looks like concrete. He looks like density. And
mm,
that's down to his training, and that's coming from his words himself. That's coming from heavy barbell rows and heavy bench press, and we're looking at physiques now, and like unbelievable physiques, of course, but it's just not the same detail. It's not the same maturity because people aren't doing that. I know I keep going on about this, but people aren't doing the hard movements. They aren't doing the old school movements. And like you were talking about at the beginning, Dom, like that high incline fly. It just reminded me of the movements people used to do, like Mike Mentzer and stuff. There's Nautilus flies and stuff, and all the old training years ago, and it's just a bit abandoned now, and it's just astonishing to me. I mean, obviously, do what you enjoy. Like we say all the time, that's the most important thing. If you enjoy machines more than free weights,
yeah,
that's what you want to do, and that's fine. But I do think people need to have a balance, and I think that James is a visual sort of embodiment of that in bodybuilding. And I think if people take a more of a balanced approach in terms of having different types of movements and having lots of variation in the training, it might bring them more sort of density in those areas. You know what I mean? I mean, that's just my opinion. I'm obviously not saying do this or do that because I'm not like that. But James is definitely. I think he's one of the sort of last remaining sort of old school bodybuilders in the new age, I think. And it's, and he's getting old now. I mean, James is not going to be around for that much longer. I mean, obviously he's got a few more years, obviously, but James is approaching 40 now, and like obviously with a new child, he said himself he doesn't want to sort of jeopardize his health because obviously at this level of bodybuilding, as you guys watching will know, there's lots of food, there's lots of drugs, extreme dieting, getting to low levels of body fat, being 130 kilos, whatever. It's not it's not not a healthy thing. It's a dangerous thing. It's an extreme thing. And just going on from that, just a little point is bodybuilding, and I see the reel about this by Kiffy. It's like bodybuilding is not meant to be easy. This is an extreme thing. This is an extreme lifestyle, which requires extreme things. And we're
yeah,
seeing these things online now about like people not sort of cheating on their diet and stuff, and everything like that, and missing training weeks so they don't feel like it and everything, and obviously you can stop whenever you like. It's not like a sort of you saying like a contract and you're in bodybuilding for the rest of your life, but this is a hard thing, man. And if you're accepting to dedicate yourself to it, you've got to expect backlash. Not every day is going to be great. I have many days when I feel shit and many setbacks all the time. And this lifestyle isn't just sunshine and rainbows. It's a really a roller coaster, and you really got to stick with it. You've really got to stick with it because it's hard. But at the end of the day, it's the reward from it is insane.
yeah, yeah. And the little point here is like, yes, it's hard. It's meant to be hard, but let's be honest. Like bodybuilding, dieting, and everything around, like was never that easy as today. And it made me realize on the trip I went to last week. It's like Yeah, my mom preferred a hotel rather than Airbnb with a kitchen, and fair play. That's her holiday. But man, like I can go to a grocery store, grab a bell pepper, and eat it like an apple. That was mega. You have some lean turkey already packed, made for you, bro. I took my. I know you are not a big fan, but bro, this is the most convenient thing ever. You need oats, cream of rice, whey, and you have a meal everywhere. Dark chocolate, dates, and you are sorted like anywhere you are. And like yes, like yeah, like bodybuilding it's meant to be hard, but that's one what I wanted to say is that it was never as easy.
I totally.
Basically, like imagine 30 years ago, like you don't need anything to make a meal. Like you just need water, and honestly not even a hot water if you like have a decent cream of rice. And this is like stuff that like makes our life convenient and even more enjoyable, that I was not stressing about the fact that I don't have a kitchen. But I was like, yeah, let's make it work, And this is something also. Yeah, some people would say, oh, bro, but what do you mean? Like, look for for solutions, not for excuses. Especially in such a world today, as everything is so easy to do. Like, you will find a great meal in every single supermarket that you will go to, and it's like why I should miss if it's so easy, so it's definitely not as hard as it was. I still believe it's a hard lifestyle. This was a bit like a different pathway I took
I
on
understand
the
what
topic,
you're
but
saying.
like let's take advantage if there are situations like I cannot make my chicken and rice. There's another meal I can make, which is basically the same thing, but it's convenient, easy to make, and I can eat it everywhere and make it everywhere. So just like a side note I had on the topic.
Yeah, I mean, I completely agree with you, Dom. I think that's a really interesting perspective on it. I feel, like it's obviously there's so much available now to make bodybuilding easier, and that's just obviously made the sort of the lifestyle a lot more positive because I think people are obviously like we spoke about last time, more people getting into the gym and everything, and I think it's just made it so it's like it's just an easier thing. There's obviously there's more gyms, there's more supplements, more this, there's more that, and it's a good thing, man, because like at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if you're a hardcore bodybuilder or not. If you're in the gym and you're working hard and you're trying your best, and that's amazing. And obviously the way the world is now, with such a high level of people using alcohol and drugs and obesity, having that increasing population that's fighting against that sort of unhealthiness is it's really good, man. It's really good to see.
No.
I feel as though with the way the world is now, I feel as though you almost think bodybuilding would sort of be like it would be dying because of obviously the habits people are building now, and that's
No.
not helped by obviously there's such a rise of people. I think the importation of things from America, all these snacks and the fast food and the fact you can you can order something online and it could be in 10 minutes. That's negatively affected the way, especially in the UK. I mean, if you look at, I had a conversation with my parents about this, because my parents are about 60, 65, so they're quite old parents. But they were saying, you went to like a beach in the 1980s and like no one was fat, like no one, like everyone was just like everyone ate good food, just normal sort of like meat, rice, potato, and
Yeah.
vegetable. But now it's like that everyone just eats processed food, and that's the killer in my opinion is processed food because. This is also something I want to lead on to. We didn't speak about in the nutrition section last podcast. Is just because something's the same amount of calories doesn't mean it's going to cause the same results. And I think you'll
Oh,
have a good opinion on this because you're very intelligent regarding your nutrition as a coach, obviously, and as a bodybuilder. I feel as though people will say, "Oh no, if this whole thing, if it fits your macros and like oh a 200 like a 500 calorie burger is the same as 500 calories of chicken breast." No, it fucking isn't. No, it isn't. Okay, You're not gonna have the same results having that because it's filled with saturated fats and processed food, and that's gonna cause you to have bad skin, more adipose tissue on your physique compared to having something which is really clean. Because you know what I mean? I just want to hear your thoughts on that because I don't believe, and I saw a reel about this a few days ago. Like, why would you have 500 calories of potato and chicken when you have a 500 calorie burger? It's not the same thing. It's not the same thing, and it's not gonna give you the same results because processed food gives you fucking a shit physique and it gives you a shit feeling. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like the person who put it that way like needs to be fucking retarded, like completely. Like
Yeah.
what? Man, I can share my perspective. So when I started, I thought I am doing if it fits your macros. But I let me explain. Like if it fits my macros, in my opinion, was yeah. If for this meal instead of rice, I want potatoes. It fits my macros. You know what
That's
I mean?
different.
Or
That's
you know,
different.
and it never crossed my mind that if it's 500 calories of rice, I can have a burger instead of it. You know what I mean? It wasn't.
Yeah, yeah,
It was no. I was like a 16-year-old with this idea in mind that I'm on if it fits your macros. And then social media, I started exploring stuff, and people are like, "Yeah, you have 2,000 calories, so you can binge all night and then eat lettuce for the rest of the day." No, it doesn't work like this. And like you can do whatever you want. Like I don't give a fuck. But the thing is like this is not the same, and the quality of food is as important, or sometimes I think even more important. That I would, for example, if I would could have maybe a bit better macronutrient distribution, but a shit quality, I would maybe prefer to have much better quality food, but maybe a bit more fats, but the healthy fats, the unsaturated ones from from sources like dark chocolate, avocado, your salmon, eggs, etc. Maybe even if this on paper like maybe would be a bit too much, like there's also not such a thing as too much fat, too much carbs. It's all a ratio that it's quite flexible, but I would always go with the quality of food. For me, honestly, and if like for all the listeners, I have an off plan very rarely. It's mostly right now because I'm here on my own. So, I don't really have a family to go on a meal. And as I think, as we spoke on one of the podcasts before, for me, going out for a meal is mostly about the social occasion and giving back to my family. But man, I love a good food. Honestly, when I'm coming back to Warsaw, I have like 5 top restaurants already in my mind, and I love watching other people eat when I eat. It's not, but not like binge eat, but like test a restaurant
yeah.
and kind of stuff. So if you like this term, probably I'm a foodie.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah,
but,
yeah.
but what I'm getting at is, even if you'd pay me, I would not go to McDonald's. Like it just like like no, like I feel like I know I will feel so bad afterwards.
Yeah.
And same like in restaurants, it's so I actually I'm in the middle of making a YouTube video on the topic first, educational one, more or less. But what I was getting it was like about managing off plan like eating. Like first of all, you have choices in the restaurant, but second of all, like you can always swap something. So what I always like, for example, I'm not really I love my raw veg. I love it, man. I was in the hotel. Then there was not a single vegetable like on a plate, even from like a cold buffet. But it was a good hotel. So I asked the waiters, could you just chop me some vegetables, just raw, just put them in the bowl. They did it for me. Don't be afraid to ask for this kind of swaps. Or for example, I was in a restaurant, I wanted a steak. I know I feel bad after fries. I like French fries, chips, whatever you call them in England and in the USA, and whoever watches. So I gave all the names, and I just I'm not really a big fan of them. I don't really enjoy them, and I know that with my diet and how my nutrition works on a regular basis, I would just not feel good afterwards. I would feel like sloppy, etc. So I asked for a swap, like for boiled potatoes. Oh, they didn't have it, and I asked, "Can you give me a sourdough?" And she said no. But I said like, "Oh look, but you have this starter and you have sourdough in there. Can you give me this sourdough instead of chips?" Yes, we can. Just sometimes think a bit. And bro, I fucking love sourdough. I feel amazing afterwards, and I prefer sourdough every single possible day rather than chips. So this is like the simple swaps. This is a bit of tangent, but returning to the point, I feel like the quality of food is super super underrated, and
Yeah.
because people own the MyFitnessPal chronometer or whatever substitute of it, Fitato in Poland, uh, man, it's like the fact that the number is matching, it doesn't make any sense. Like
No.
there's so much, and the app has the fucking ability to tell you everything, like from the vitamins to the saturated fat. You just need to fucking open and go beyond the calories. It's like saying, that if you do 10 or 15 sets in the gym of anything and any form, any intensity, that it will work because it's 15 sets on paper. No, it doesn't make any sense. Any
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah. I mean, like you said, Dom, I completely agree with you on the points you've made. I mean, it's like I remember watching this podcast with one of my favorite bodybuilders, Zach Khan, and he was like, if you have like cows and you feed the cows shit grass or shit food, you're gonna get shit quality meat. Like I mean, it's like it's like the thing is, it's like the same calories in the foods. It doesn't mean it's going to have the same like. And I agree with you. Like, there's so undervalued the quality of food nowadays. It's like just because it matches the calories does not mean it's going to have the same impact or it's the same in any way. Do you know what I mean? It's like and like 500 calories of 300 carbs, or whatever, and then like so
Yeah.
much fat compared to like 500 calories of like 100 grams of protein is completely different.
Mhm.
And you know that's what's my
Yeah,
opinion.
and it's also like you see more and more people that, oh, but post workout you can have anything. I'm like, what do you mean anything? Like, it doesn't work like this. The like I get that people have a lot on their own a lot of food, but for example, I cannot imagine having like 250 grams of like Choco Pops or some other cereal. For me it's just disgusting, to be honest. And man, I love my cereal, and I have exactly 10 grams on top of my cream of rice in my pre-workout meal. I love the texture, something on top, something with a different
Yeah, yeah.
texture. Perfect. But like it's like this is some reasonable stuff. I have a normal base out of oats and rice flour, cream of rice, whatever I have on the day. It's like this is whole unprocessed food where I feel like, and I love my whey, I love my cream of rice, and man, I have it in the back of my mind that this is some sort of a processed food already. You know what I mean? Like whey protein is processed food. Like, I don't know if people realize that. But yeah, it's convenient. I like the taste of it, but it doesn't mean that then I can like this is already processed. Yeah. So why I would have more and more processed shit on top of it, like some like I like anything you want to mention here. This is just something that comes to my mind. Like, I don't know, the yogurts you can buy in store, in terms of like a plain Greek yogurt, 0% fat, or whatever you want to buy. It's like already flavored, already with sweeteners. Yeah, it's probably better than sugar, like, per se, but man, it is processed food. Like,
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean, I sometimes have a like Greek yogurt with like frozen fruit and some granola on the top.
man,
I don't have it all the time because I generally just don't. I just don't. It just doesn't really fit in that well. Do you know what I mean?
yeah,
Like, but yeah, occasionally it's really nice to have like some honey on the top. And that's nice. It's like that's not an unhealthy meal. It's got decent macros on it. You're getting lots of micronutrients and vitamins from the fruit, and obviously the Greek yogurt's got a decent amount of protein in it. But like, I've always found it's like I don't hate cream of rice, and I used to eat oats, but I just can't digest it. Like, I just can't like, and that's I just stick to very simple, like just chicken and rice and fish, and that's it. Do you know what I mean?
yeah,
And whey is processed, but whey is a good thing because like it's very convenient. Like you say, like sometimes for whatever reason, whatever you can't make a meal or you've got to go somewhere, you can just chuck 2 scoops of whey in, and you've got a decent amount of protein to fit in your day. So it's a really good thing to have protein powder, and I think it's a very useful supplement towards people, especially early people who like maybe at school and they're struggling to sort of make meals and stuff, and get their protein in. I think protein, hitting your protein is one of the most important things when it comes to nutrition. You've got to be able to rebuild what you destroy in the gym.
yeah,
That's why I think you've got to have a high amount of protein to sort of build, to rebuild what you destroy in the gym and to sort of supply your muscles to that. Because ultimately, Dom, if you don't have enough protein for how much you train, you're going to be under recovered. Like You know, I've had sessions before, and for whatever reason, I haven't had that much protein, or I didn't know I needed that much protein, and the recovery hasn't been good enough. You know, and I think there's this sort of thing online that you don't need tons of protein, and yeah, you don't need to have having 600 grams if you're 70 kilos, but you need to be having enough to supply your training. You know, and also just to add on that, if you're not training very hard and you're just sort of half-assed in the gym, you don't need 300 grams of protein as well. To give another perspective on it, it's like, because ultimately, if you have too much protein, the protein's just going to make you fat. Like if you don't use it towards the muscles, you know?
Yeah, because it has calories like anything. Like
Yeah.
some people are like, yeah, I will put, I don't know, EAAs in my drink, like 30 grams, and I will not count them. Bro, what do you mean you don't count them? It's like 120 calories. And then or I had a client with, same with collagen, you know, and he was slamming like 30 grams of collagen, which
But
honestly, in my opinion, is a useless supplement, like per se. Like,
yeah, I know.
bro,
Yeah. I mean, my mum takes collagen, but that's a different sort of.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah, but man, he was like a 17-year-old, you know. It's
mm,
and like if your knees are like without any injury, if your knees are fucked at 17 years old and you barely squat 100, then
yeah,
something is wrong, and it's not the lack of collagen, I can tell you. But what I'm getting at, it all has calories, and like he didn't track it, and he was like, oh, I'm on such a low food. Yeah, you are on a relatively low food because first of all, like your off season was kind of shit, and second of all, like, can you actually make sure you count everything? Yeah, but I want to finish this tab of collagen, and like it's like 120 calories, and you know it's like
mm,
you have those 120 calories 3 times per day, and then your deficit is gone. Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
simple as that.
Yeah, I mean, I was speaking to my mum about this. My mum's like trying to lose weight at the moment, and I'm obviously helping her out. I'm like, you got to understand, like, if you're trying to like lose weight or lose body fat, it's like there are so many like hidden calories and things. Like even if you have like some olive oil or like you said, you have collagen or something, like you can have like a certain amount of those things over the day, and you're looking like a 500 calories, and then you're out of a deficit, and you're just going to maintain. You know what I mean? It's like if you want to lose weight, you got to be very meticulous, and especially obviously we're bodybuilders, but you got to be very meticulous and a deficit in how you sort of like count your food, because everything's got a value towards it.
Yeah,
But also making sure, I explain this to her, you've got a decent level of output, because the more output you have, the more food you can have. And that's something to say is like, if you are like dieting or whatever, or whatever, and you want to have more food, just do more cardio, man. Like, you know, if you have enough cardio, enough steps, you can afford to have more food. Because I think, you know, if you're just like not doing any cardio and you're on like 1600 calories, I mean, that's just, you're not going to feel great, are you? You know what
yeah.
I mean?
Especially this is especially for people who, so like basically like as you said, you we have two leverages. You have either less food or more output. Like simple as that. Let's not overcomplicate it. And especially with lighter individuals, with females, with people who don't have as much muscle, man, you need to do cardio. You need to do some sort of an activity, because if you listen to all of those bodybuilders that they don't do cardio, man, they have a shit ton of muscle, and like just carrying it around and sitting it's burning a lot. So especially for people who are lighter, like embrace the fact that you will need to do probably some cardio if you want to be on a decent amount of food, and especially if you want to get very very lean. Like this is the reality that, you know, I have no problem sharing that, like in the peak of my peak in the depths of my prep, I was on 14,000 calories on my non-training days, 1 hour of cardio, and 15,000 k steps, which I
Oh,
don't count from the cardio. uh, yeah, and man, you know what? It was not a problem because I fucking chose to do so, you know, and
yeah.
I enjoy it. I remember the last cardio session. This was the most satisfying thing ever. You know, you've worked for 27 weeks, and you know this is the last one, and like what's after? I honest, no joke, I cried afterwards. I was like, what I'm supposed to do now? Last cardio
Yeah.
session, and I'm a type of guy that honestly I don't enjoy cardio. It is a bit boring for myself. Like it's not like I was especially in deep in prep. Probably right now, if I would introduce some 20 minutes of cardio, I would be, yeah, it's nice, enjoyable.
Are
I
you doing?
can, get my heart rate up, respond to some messages or whatever. But when you are doing it every day, and then on non-training days it's an hour, it's not nice. But it is what it is, and you just sometimes need to pull the leverage. And yeah, with my mom is also quite similar. So she also wants to lose like 2-3 kilograms. And I won't tell her to weigh all of your food, even though it's probably the best method, like, to be precise and accurate. But it's those simple changes, like, yeah, make sure that you're not pulling a shit ton of the olive oil to the pan, but just like a small spoon. And like the changes like this, or you are not drinking your calories. This is like the biggest one for me. I don't know what about you. Like the amount, like, people don't realize that, like, man, orange juice, bro. This is basically like Coke.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like
yeah,
it's like
crazy.
yeah, it's probably a bit healthier for you than processed Coke, but it still has a lot of calories and a lot of
Yeah,
sugar. So I would
yeah.
just use the bathroom, mate.
No,
But I hear you.
no worries. Yeah, like Dom was saying, I was in the supermarket with my dad, and I was like, I think people sort of think fruit juice is sort of like really healthy. I mean, obviously it's different if you have like fresh fruit and you squeeze it in, but obviously that's really expensive and everything. But like fruit juice has got like so many calories in it. Like I remember I looked at the bottle of the weekend of like apple juice because I used to have apple juice when I was younger. And you're looking at like if you have like a decent glass, you're looking at a couple of hundred calories, and it's definitely a big thing. If you're having a couple of glasses of juice a day, you're definitely putting on 5,000 calories or something. It's a big sort of impact on your calorie sort of count for the day. But yeah, I mean, there's something which is overlooked because obviously, sort of fruit is obviously because it's like fruit juice. It's sort of labeled as it's like really healthy, but yeah, it's just got tons of sugars in it and everything. But I think having normal fruit's really good though. Just having fruit how it is. It's really nice to add into your diet. Obviously, I think you want to make sure you're having a really balanced diet, having lots of veg, lots of fruit, lots of meat, lots of different carb sources, having fats. You want to make sure you're having everything so your body gets and performs at its best, having everything available to it. Obviously there was this sort of how I describe it. This approach during the sort of 90s and 2000s of like fat's really bad for you and everything. Like Dorian's era, you don't want to have any fat because it's going to make you fat. Fat was going to make you fat, but then people sort of realized it wasn't going to make you fat. I think fats are really important. Good fats, olive oil, like you said, avocado, salmon. Keep your brain healthy. You want to make sure you're having everything. Because I feel as though I'm like you have these diets now, and I mentioned this in the last podcast. It's like, like having specifically like certain groups and like sort of like not like people like avoiding like they'd only have I only have meat, like carnivore diet, and then just completely cut out carbs. But the problem with like having like a diet when you like cut out food groups is what's going to happen is you're going to have such a sort of like how can I describe it? Sort of like craving for it, and you're gonna have like a week of just doing that, and then you're just gonna fucking binge and have like 1,000 grams of carbs in one meal, and then you go back to it again. It's like you can't sort of what's the word? Sort of like cut out food groups because then your body needs everything, and the more you cut out, the more you're gonna want it, and then this is what happens to people on carnivore diets: is they'll have just steak and eggs the whole week, and then they'll really want carbs, have a fucking full like cake and then do the cycle again, and then they just fucking make no progress. So make sure, guys, you're having a balanced diet, having everything you need, and you should be flying as long as you're having good food and you're training hard. I don't see why you can't make loads of progress.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like it's guys, it's not the fact that your body's craving like the taste of something. Like
Yeah.
it's actually smart motherfucker. Like if you're like missing like some micronutrients, you'll probably crave something sweet, but it doesn't mean that you crave cookies. You probably crave something more like fruit, you
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
because like you are missing out. And I think something that I should not be telling still, but I think it's still a thing. Guys, your veg intake, your fruit intake, I swear to God, like the amount of young lads, please, just you will feel better afterwards. I may be on a bit of an other side of spectrum. I love vegetables, man.
yeah. So do I. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I sometimes feel like it's the best part of the meal, like especially like something like avocado. Holy
Oh, no.
moly.
Yeah,
Man, what I it's a bit strange, but what I do when I have a meal with a sourdough and avocado, I eat everything, and I have just the sourdough and avocado as the last treat. The best. And I can fucking smash like 100 grams of avocado onto one piece of toast because then it's like packed. But
Yeah.
yeah, what you mentioned is super valuable for everyone who's maybe more of the beginning of the journey. Is like well balanced diet, and there's no magic. I think we mentioned it a bit on the last pod. No magic food source, no magic method. Is what works for you, what you like, what you digest well. But like the base of it needs to be unprocessed. And again, it's like balance in your diet doesn't mean that you will have rice, but then next to it like some shit meat, like some burger patty on, like already pre-made with tons of fat in it and etc. It doesn't work like this. Like a balanced diet, like what I consider a balance is like I love sourdough, but sourdough is unprocessed. Like it is processed in a sense, but it's a healthy choice of food if you choose wisely. I'm not talking about a sourdough. I'm talking like a proper sourdough. I've got my hands on the Jason. That's the best. Jason is
Yeah,
the best.
Jason's good as
But the problem with the Jason is only north. This is a very, I don't know, for some of the audience are probably Irish. It's a very strange dynamic, to be honest, with the border. There is no control because I travel to Newry every single day. But for example, if you want to, I wanted to order a macadamia nut oil. I really like it. I genuinely really like it. In Warsaw, it was just time to time available in Lidl, like once a month. It was just there. I cannot get it here, and it's not on the Irish Amazon, but it's on the UK Amazon. So I can order it, but I need to order it to the gym I work out from to pick up it there because
Yeah.
it's not available here. It's same with Jason. Jason is on the north. It's not on the south, uh, which is quite sad. But yeah, it is what it is. So yeah, I think that's the diet topic. Yeah, and hydrate, guys, especially in this weather. Cheers.
Yeah. I mean, what was I going to say? I was going to say something just to finish on. I was going to say, just remembering. Um, yeah, just talking quickly. Just I know we talked about it a little bit last about supplements. It's like, don't get too caught up in like having every fucking oil and
Oh yeah.
uh everything because guys, like, and I have my strong opinion. Not opinion, but I've never ever taken any like supplements ever. That's not because I don't think they work. It's just because firstly they're expensive and I've never had the money to afford them, and never been a priority towards me. And I've made fantastic progress without them. Not to say I won't ever use them. Obviously, if I have the money for them, I will. But don't. I think people. It's very easy now, Dom. Like I just want to talk about this because like it's very easy for people starting the gym or in the gym but getting into the bodybuilding space to sort of like feel as though you need to have everything perfect. You need to have this certain brand of this certain type in order to be a bodybuilder. When you don't, you just need to be able to have a good diet and just start with a good diet. Just learn to eat what foods you obviously like and what works for you, and just go from there. Start with a good foundation, and everything like we said about training. It's like intensity comes first, and with nutrition the healthiness comes first, and then obviously everything else, the different supplements that and everything like that, and then obviously the frequency and the volume and all that, they're an afterthought. They come after you've established the sort of the base of everything. And I just feel as though that should be mentioned, guys. If you're eating healthy and you're smashing your training, that's really good, And then obviously as you get more advanced, and if you choose to pursue bodybuilding more, at more of a sort of deeper level, then you can look into stuff like that, because I feel as though it's quite a commitment bodybuilding, not quite, it is a fucking commitment. And I feel as though it's not, there's only one way to do it, and that's to go all in. You can't really sort of like dibby dabble in it, because then you're just not really going to be making the progress you want to make. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. A great point here from you, man. Like supplements are just like a top of the mountain, a top of the pyramid. But I'm not sure why. The first question I often get is, what supplements should I take? Like, not how can I improve my training? How can
Yeah.
I finally start eat properly? No, like what supplements? Because like, it's easy to take a pill, it's just
Mm.
you just swallow it and it's everything, and like, the supplement brands, majority of them at least, they want to sell you a pill for everything, the multivitamin, and like I will go on and on and on. And I think our perspective is, or maybe our insight combined, are interesting because I take quite a few, but it was not like I started with, I have quite a few here in front of me, that I started with all of this. No, when I started, man, my mom was always giving me vitamin D because she's like very obsessed about it since I was like one, and I didn't want to take it. I was like, what is this? Uh, and it's like when you get the foundation, you know, there's so many things you should invest your money before you invest in the supplements. It's like get yourself to a proper gym or build a home gym. That's also a good idea.
Yeah.
Uh, Nutrition, like I don't want to say that healthy nutrition is necessarily expensive because when I think about it, man, if I would go for an off-plan meal every single week, 2, 3 times per week, like not even a takeaway, bro, this is already like a week worth of my entire diet, like everything. So I'm like, I don't think it's expensive per se. Uh, like I don't have prawns in my diet yet. Maybe
Yeah,
one.
yeah, I really want prawns as well. I've been looking at
Man,
them.
I love prawns, to be
They're
honest.
so good, aren't they?
But I have not had one in like a year. My dad sometimes was buying them in Poland. I was like, yeah, can you give me some? Because
Yeah, yeah,
I was just doing them like the bodybuilding way. He was like the French way, the
yeah,
ton
yeah,
of
yeah.
olive oil and everything in there. But yeah, it's not that expensive, but you need to have those foundations. And then if you're just starting out, get yourself a coach. Like swear to God, any coach, any good coach, for even not even like full time, like for your entire career, but for the first months when you are starting,
Yeah,
you will make so much more progress than with
good
any
point. Like,
supplement. It's absolutely ridiculous for somebody to teach you how to train hard, to teach you how to eat properly, how to set up your training, your diet. Yes, you can learn all of those on your own. It just takes time, and maybe it's just better to learn it from somebody. And I can guarantee you with anything you want that it will give you tons more of results than any supplement there is. Uh, and then if you have everything nailed, it's probably a good start to start with something like an creatine, omega, and vitamin D. I
yeah,
think that's worth and start. But for example, if you have an salmon like twice per week, you probably don't need the omega, you know.
yeah.
But uh, with the salmon, it is actually cheaper to have an omega supplement than the salmon.
But you're
Uh,
having salmon as like a meal though, aren't you? You're having like it's a you're getting the supplement and the meal. Do you know what I mean?
oh yeah, yeah, and then you can build from that. I like my pre-workouts. I'm not gonna lie. I like caffeine pre-workout, but I think I bought my first pre-workout after like 3 years of training.
How long have you been training for now, Dom?
Bro, it's like approaching to 5.
Really?
Yeah, it's but it got me like 2 years to get out from the
Yeah,
deep
yeah.
trenches of being very, very skinny. Yeah, I think there is a reel on my Instagram somewhere down there with like the transformation, bro. It's ridiculous. But that's why it's so long. But man, I did not saw the biggest problem, progress when I introduced supplements. No, I'm seeing always the biggest progress when the training is nailed in. It's always the training first. And it's same with nutrition. We mentioned a bit on the last pod. Guys, I think, and I actually recorded a reel about it. I did not post it yet. But guys, the saying that you cannot out train a bad diet is probably killing your gains because you are not starting to train because I don't have a diet or I don't
Yeah,
want
yeah,
to eat. Man, I promise you'll get serious about the gym in 2 months because you will love the training so much. You'll want to eat as clean as possible because the cross transfer is fucking direct there. Like
yeah.
it's like for example. maybe besides one food choice swap from millet flakes to so we just don't have millet flakes here that were in Poland to cream of rice here when I moved. I have the same pre-workout meal for last 4 years. Swear to God, that like exactly the same fruit choice, always dark chocolate, always with whey. This is the only whey meal I have. I like it pre-workout, man, and it works. I know it works. Of course, I've experimented a bit. When I remember when I was starting, I was like, yeah, maybe this meal should not have any fats. But then I introduced some, and I felt better actually working out. So there is the fine tuning which works for you. But any supplement, like there's no like even if you take all of them, it's some margin of a benefit.
Yeah, I mean, I completely agree with that. Literally, I just want to show you quickly. Boris is in here. I just thought I'd show
Oh
you.
yeah, and guys, just to finish the note of, as I said, I'm taking quite a lot of stuff right now, so it's not like I'm saying some bullshit because I just don't want to promote anything. I'm just sharing my honest opinions here. So
Yeah, you're being
yeah,
honest.
let's see Boris.
That's what, he just came in. That's what I thought I'd show you.
Yes.
Come on, Boris. Ugh. This is a live view of Boris.
Oh my lord,
The
he's
big
he's a
boy.
monster.
He's a big boy. Look, he's a big
Yeah,
boy.
bro.
It's a
He's
live
what,
podcast with
10
you.
kilograms?
Yeah,
Oh.
10 kilograms. He's like the size of a small dog, bro. He's fucking
Yeah,
nuts.
man, my dog's in Warsaw. One is like 2.5, and the second one's like 3.5 kilograms. So they are total fucking less than Boris. I'm like, this is insane.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's definitely on the secret subs. I think to say that's
Oh
safe to
yeah,
say.
yeah, yeah.
He's on those creatine gummies. I think, Dom.
Yeah, yeah. There's some ESN stuff here.
Yeah,
I think I
yeah,
think Boris needs a code.
yeah. Code Boris to check out, guys. Get all your ESN stuff. What's your thoughts on ESN? I never use any products for ESN.
Never fucking have anything from ESN.
Yeah,
And
yeah, yeah.
man, so I, I was like, I don't think it's really a bodybuilder brand.
No, I don't either. No.
And some of the subs are very overpriced. I know that the policy of the ESN is basically like you have a promotion on everything every single time. It's like you go to the ESN website and I can guarantee you there's some big deal right now. And this is the way they operate because it's so expensive. I heard the way is very good, but I have not tried anything, so it's hard to have an opinion. I think it's a bit
Mm.
overpriced, and I don't think it's bodybuilder-ish, especially with the like vitamins and stuff. It's like the panels. It's not close to more to I would say the more bodybuilding UK brands. So I mean engineered and trained by GP here mostly.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's something to say about supplement companies. I think like there's less bodybuilding focused companies. I mean, I don't, obviously America. I think there's just so many. Like
Oh yeah.
it's a bit a completely different scene in America because obviously you're looking at like 300 and something million people there compared to us
Yeah.
at 68. And bodybuilding is much larger in the US than it is here. It's a big thing over there, which
Yeah.
is fantastic. It's definitely something I personally want to go and visit. I really want to go and like stay in like Texas and go and train at Metroflex for like a week or something.
Yeah.
And I'm
Yeah,
sure
with that with the states, it's only like I could not decide where I want to go. It's like so many
yeah,
fucking and you listen to the broadcast and some of them they've never been outside of the US because they
yeah,
have
I know.
fucking everything in the US.
Every
Like
state like a little country. I mean, I
yeah,
went to America when I was like 12, and we went to like Illinois, like Michigan, places like that. I went to Chicago, and like when I was younger, it was
yeah,
fantastic. I loved it. We went to a lot, but I think it just like you said, I just thought I'd mention it because like every place is like a fucking different country, and also there's just so much to go. Like to go across the whole of America, you'd be looking at a long time to do it.
oh
To
yeah,
go
yeah,
it's amazing, man. It's amazing because obviously America was obviously a former British colony, so it's and originally all the settlers in America are basically the European settlers. So the whole country's been built on like so many different things. Like obviously you've got different like you've got Mexicans there, and you've got so many different things in that country which make it sort of like unique. So there's so many
yeah.
different things to do there, if that makes sense, because it was made by different types of people. But yeah, it's a really, really cool place, especially for bodybuilding. I mean, some of the gyms there. I mean, we talk about bodybuilding gyms. There are some fucking bodybuilding gyms there. Have
Uh,
you seen the Gasp headquarters in Dallas?
yeah. It's ridiculous.
Crazy, isn't it? So
Yeah.
cool to have a gasp gym. That is mega, isn't it?
Yeah. Man, I love the gasp stuff. Honestly, it's
Yeah,
so good.
gasp is really it's good
I,
quality.
I especially there's the what there have like a collection of teas that are like super light. I have
Yeah, yeah,
only
yeah.
one of them, but in this weather, it's a blast.
I think are you talking about like it's like I'm pretty sure I've got one as well. It's like is it like you got like it's like an orange circle and it's gasp ink and it's like half a color, or is it a different one? They're
No,
really
no,
thin.
no, it's not this. I know which. Maybe there is some different. Mine is just like it's pure. It's like a green wash green, something like color
Okay.
like this, and it just have like a big gasp on the back and small logo on the
Oh
front.
no, yeah, I've got a few of those. Yeah, they're
Yeah,
nice.
and but the one I have only one of. Oh, I don't have a lot of gas stuff. I have mostly trained by GP. uh, it's so nice. Honestly, in this weather, it's such a blast. So yeah, it would be cool to go there. As I said, for me with the states is like, man, like to choose a place to go for, like for the first time. Should it be New York, Chicago, Illinois, or like there's just so much there to visit, which is super cool. But I think I would prefer Japan first.
Yeah, I know you mentioned that
I
before. It just looked really cool,
fucking
didn't it?
Japan would be cool. So one day.
I mean, I'm going on holiday in 2 weeks now, which I'm really excited for. So
Where are you
yeah,
going in?
Mallorca. It's like near
Oh
Spain.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm going for
Oh,
two weeks.
it's lovely.
It's a
It's
long
lovely.
time. 2 weeks, Dom. So,
Oh
yeah.
yeah, bro,
So
2 weeks.
I can't. I'm literally just. I'm looking forward to just like eating loads of prawns and training. To be
Oh
honest.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, man.
But like the food over there is so good. Like it's really healthy. Like
Yeah,
when I go out to eat, like it's like all white fish and it's like asparagus and everything's great, man. Like really good quality prawns and like it's just a really good like food over there. Fresh fruit's unbelievable there.
no,
And it's a great time, man, by the beach and just training and everything. It as we said in previous podcasts, having a like you've obviously you've had a bit of a trip, which is great. I mean, a city sort of trip go to different places is a great trip. I've loved it before when I've done it
oh,
with my
yeah,
parents. It's such a nice like it's not a break obviously, but it's such a nice sort of difference to use your routine once and again just to be in a different place.
yeah,
And when you come back, I always felt like when you go on holiday and then you come back, you're even hungrier to get after it.
yeah. That's right, that's right. No, with this, I think in Ireland, like we don't have like a lot here, a lot of stuff that you need to see. It's like
Mm.
like something like in London, like that. There is like 10 places you need to see because there are well-known great stuff. Don't really have it here. But what I love about Ireland the most is like the views everywhere. And the driving it and exploring by car was the best decision ever. It was so cool. Like even though I did quite a lot because I did over 1,000 kilometers in 4 days, which I never done this much anywhere, even in Poland. It was so cool. So, but man, Mallorca, 2 weeks, fucking lovely. It will
Yeah,
be
well,
mega. What's the weather there? It will be really
really good.
roasting.
Yeah, it'd be really hot. Yeah, but we've got aircon in the rooms.
Oh
Aircon.
yeah, that's
So and then obviously
at least sleep would not suffer. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, in the hotel is literally like if you think about the hotel, like the hotel is here and the beach is literally like it's like 10 steps. But like it's not just the beach; it's nice because it's cooler because of the water there.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's nice. You get a lovely breeze, and then obviously there's like in the place I go, there's like a massive like there's like it like sort of like goes like a circle. Like there's so many restaurants and things to do, and it's in a really good. There's a place. There's like a massive city called Palma
Hmm.
in Mallorca, and it's like basically like London but like Spanish style, and it's really good.
Man, that's cool. And yeah, as you said, it's completely different here in the UK and Ireland. Like the heat is the humidity. That like it's much drier there, and there will be the breeze. And I can guarantee you like 30-35 there is much more enjoyable than 25 here.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
And
what I will say.
and there's a gym I went to when I last went there. It's like really close and it's called
Oh,
Gym
so
Nine.
you've been there already?
Oh, I've been to New York about 11 times.
Oh, so
Yeah,
that
yeah.
that that
I've been going since I was like 4.
oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I mean, I've been to India 5 times. Uh,
India,
yeah. I haven't said this before, have I? Yeah, I've been to
bro, you're a fucking traveler.
But I've been to I've been to a lot of places, man. I've been to India 5 times. The last time we went was in 2020 or something. It was like quite a long time ago. But when I was young, we went to India. I went to Kenya in 2024. But it was all before I was online. That's why I never talked about it. But
Okay.
yeah, honestly, bro, like it's it's insane, bro. Like it's crazy. Like
So what's the favorite place you've been to?
we're in of all time.
Yeah.
I'd say probably. I think that the first time I went to India was really cool, and that's probably the most thing like shocked me. Obviously, you need to make sure you stay in a really nice hotel because you can't
Yeah.
like you. It's nice to like be in it, but you don't be consumed by it. If that makes sense, like you can't be living in like that sort of like overwhelmingness. You got to make sure you're in a
Yeah.
nice place to come back to and retreat. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was really really cool, man. It was like I was younger, so it was like amazing. It's so unique. Like the word like I sort of like describe it as it almost sort of makes you like it's like a really strong holiday feeling like you're in a different planet. It's like when you go to like another city, it's like you're on holiday, but you're in a city. When you
Yeah.
go somewhere so different, it's like you're in a different world. You know what I mean? You feel
Yeah.
that. So it was
Yeah,
really
man, that's no. So I that's super cool. I've been to quite many countries in Europe, but besides Turkey and Canarian Islands, if you count it outside of
yeah,
Europe,
yeah.
I've been not really any further. So
It's my
it's
parents, bro. My mum just loves it. That's why I've done it. It's like obviously when I was younger, so I
yeah,
just
yeah, man,
yeah.
that's lovely. That's lovely. Yeah, with me right now, it was like we've been traveling a bit, but then my sister was born 2 years after me, and then my brother. So traveling with five
It's
total,
expensive.
it is a challenge. Plus, we have two dogs. Don't really have family close to let like leave them somewhere. So even right now, when like my mom and my brother, they are on the seaside in Poland. Somebody stayed with the dog. No, those were when was there. I don't know. I'm not not as into it. So, but yeah, man, that's cool. That's cool. I would love to explore a bit of outside of Europe. India sounds fucking cool. Yeah.
I mean, I think as time's gone on, obviously, the sort of last few years of bodybuilder, that's why we've gone to Mallorca because uh, I don't really like. It's not the same now with traveling because like without a routine for myself, it's like I get really sort of mentally sort of
Yeah.
fucked. So Mallorca's somewhere I know, and it's always amazing. So like I get to go to the gym there and everything. Like I really struggle going to a place now. I'm like moving around all the time, and it's like there's no gym. I can't have any structure. You know what I mean? That's just how it is.
Yeah.
Obviously I like going to different places, but there's got to be some sort of structure. You know? Do
Yeah.
you know what I'm
Have you
saying?
ever traveled like on your own?
No, never. No.
Man, so it's honestly a cool as I've been to the UK on my own, and
Yeah,
and
yeah,
it's fucking a blast. You can you do everything in your own pace, exactly how you want it. Perfect. Like I'm also a type of guy. I like being with myself. Very
yeah.
very selfish here, but yeah, that's reality. And honestly, I planned everything from, and it was first time, and the only time was I've been to Edinburgh as well, but this was just a 1 day trip. And man, it's just so cool. You can you go to the places you want to go. You go to the museums you want to go, and you spend as much time as you want there. You eat what you want. It's nice. It's nice. So definitely something I was very proud of, and it was my favorite trip of all time. The one across the UK. It was a blast. And since
Yeah.
since then, I really love the both islands, both Ireland and the UK. There are some differences, but the general vibe is quite similar. So
Yeah, I mean that sounds. I remember watching your training. It was like like recently. It's just so cool to see all these different gyms. Like
yeah,
um, I definitely want to do something similar to that. Obviously in the future, just like for like a week, just go to loads of different gyms and just
yeah.
you know just be in a different place. I mean, how much of the day passes in these gyms you go to?
So I
Curious.
I, I exactly remember. So level up was €10,
Oh,
so like eight
no, that's not
fifty
bad.
pounds.
Whew,
So
that's really good.
yeah, Same in Nebula. This was fucking bro.
Really?
Yeah, €10.
That's surprising.
Then the most expensive one was in Infinity Gym because it was £15.
Okay.
And normally the day pass for South Side Gym is €17, so like £15, so
Yeah.
similar. But I got it for free. So yeah, around you need around probably in the UK probably £15 would be bro. But have you seen that TDM gym that they are building?
Yeah, I do. I have seen that. Yeah.
Bro,
Where is
like
it?
the bro, I'm not sure, but the day pass like £25.
The guy who owns it. I mean, obviously, I don't want to throw shade at anyone, but I'm pretty sure the guy who owns it is like a massive entrepreneur. I'm pretty sure he owns like an OnlyFans company or something. Don't quote me on that. Don't quote me on that. I'm pretty sure the guy who owns it.
This
'Cause
will be
remember,
the best clip out of this podcast.
yeah. But I remember doing some digging on it because I saw it a few months ago and I was like, fucking hell, this guy's loaded. Like he's getting upholstery on everything custom. I'm thinking that is a
Yeah,
lot of
man,
money.
it looks fucking ridiculous, and
It's gonna be a shit atmosphere, I'm telling you, bro.
for me like stuff like your membership will be your Apple Wallet, so you'll just tap in, in your wallet you have your membership card and you'll tap in, or for
Yeah,
example they will have an iPad on the gym floor with a special system where you vote which music kind you like the most, and the one with the most votes at the minute will play on the speakers.
yeah.
Yeah, some cool shit, but like the membership there it's outrageous. So
But I feel as though Dom, like with all that comes not a very good atmosphere because you've got people just chasing really nice kit, and then it's not. I don't necessarily think it would be a very bodybuilding gym. I mean, I'm not trying to be like negative or throw shade at all, but I feel as though when you've got all that kit, you attract not really the sort of bodybuilding people, if that makes sense. Uh,
yeah,
I mean, I'm not trying to be rude or anything, but I feel as though yeah, I think it's very flashy, isn't it? Which obviously appeals to a lot of people. Like, but it's unbelievable. Like, obviously the kit the guy's got. I mean, fucking hell. I mean, he must be shelling a hell of a lot of money to get all of that. I mean,
yeah, that's right, that's right. No, so for me it's like all the gyms I've been to the last week, like there were not a lot of bodybuilders. Like really, like
yeah,
if you met one, it would be quite a lot.
unique.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and I would say there were bodybuilding-ish gym, like a gym that is full packed with mega mass stuff. I would not say it's your normal commercial gym, like but yeah, it is how the way it's going right now. But I'm man, for me it's such a privilege to have it all. It's like all maximum like 1.5 hour drive from me, basically.
yeah,
It's all pretty close. Like in Poland, not a single one in the radius of like 600 kilometers from the center of the country, which is mind blowing. And there's a few more I have not visited. I have not been to. I wanted to go to it's called Arkham. It's in Belfast,
I've seen that on the
but
Batman.
it's fucking private facility, man.
Is
And
it?
I've texted the owner and I've texted Cameron, so the guy who I just popped out, he won
Oh, okay.
he still has a membership there, and he told me that yeah, you basically can get a day pass or a membership, but you need to pay DM the page. Bro, I DM'd them like 2 weeks ago and I still didn't get a response, which is honestly a shame because they have some serious kid there, and I heard the atmosphere is like once you are in there you are really in the community, which would be great to try because it's a private-ish facility, but couldn't get in. There's still the gym dog, so where, for example, the butcher trains. So my posing coach, I don't know if
Okay.
yeah, also quite a few great pieces there. So there's still a few I have not visited. The Lurgan is opening, so man, it's just a blast for me. I don't have an opportunity here for sure to have a home gym. Yeah, but yeah, just having so many nice places close to myself is a privilege. So taking advantage of that, that's for sure.
I wonder how private facilities make any money. Like, I've always thought about like how does that
Bro,
work?
bro, imagine I'm DMing, and this is the official way to get into the gym. It's DM the Instagram page, and I'm willing to pay probably like 25 quid to just come and train, and plus give you a promotion because I post my stuff on social media, and I cannot get a response.
Also,
No, it's for me. It's a bit strange. Like free money on the table. And swear to God, I would go there because it was actually, I think, a bit closer even than the Infinity Gym because they are not in like exactly in Belfast. They're just outside. But yeah, couldn't get in. So a
I'm looking at
shame.
them. Yeah, that's really weird. I'm looking at their page now. They haven't really posted anything since March. Oh, they're posting on the story though. So they
No,
posted
like
that
there
story
is.
was 6 hours ago. So they're
Yeah,
obviously
like
online.
so they are report, and I swear to God, I DM'd them, and I did it twice actually.
Oh,
It was it was where was it?
Kiffy's training there. He's training there. Kiffy
Yeah,
works.
yeah, he did like time. So last Wednesday, no response. So a
Yeah, I'm looking
shame,
at the kid
but
now.
which I just a bit don't get it because the
I
way
don't
it
get it.
works, Cameron explained to me I would just send them a Revolut or something, and they would just give me a one of code it's just a code to enter the gym. There's no staff there,
Oh, is there
and
not?
yeah, there's no bro. It's on the page. There's no address. It's not on Google Maps.
I don't understand that
You
because
know, it's
what I don't understand is like if it's private, yeah, but they let people in when they DM them. How is that private then? Because you're just letting everyone. Why? Like why? Like I understand like private facility, like obviously like my gym or like Sean Carida's gym or something, but like why make? I'm just curious. Like why would you make it private for like a public gym? I just don't really understand that. Maybe I
yeah,
understand if it's
yeah.
limited. If it was limited membership, then you just sort of like say there's no memberships available. We wouldn't, you know what I mean?
But also I did not ask finally, but I don't think like the membership there is like outrageously high because like Cameron, he's a wise man, and like he did not train there like for last month or two, and he still has a membership. So it's not some outrageous money, that's for sure.
Yeah, I
Like,
mean, on the page, like the people who train there, like collaborate all the time on their posts.
it's like
Like it's
yeah,
not
and
private.
Kifi was there, but probably there's another treatment for people like Kifi, you know.
Yeah, well, yeah,
That's
very
that
well
that
known.
that which fair play, but yeah, I really wanted to get a session there because they have some great murals there, graffiti like.
Yeah. What we're talking about. Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
they
that's.
have some
Hold on, I think that's that graffiti. Oh, there, look.
in the
Can you
leg.
see?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah. It's look, bro.
That's the
The
stuff
the
I
vibe is great, and from what I heard that they are playing some good music there. I'm like,
It's
bro, I
really
want to
cool.
train there, but yeah.
Who owns it? Do you know? Is it a bodybuilder own it or
Oh, not sure to be honest. Not sure. I
no?
I,
It's
I
not.
assume he's a bodybuilder, but uh,
But
I
yeah,
I
it looks cool,
I
man.
I'm not sure. And then on the other hand, then you have an owner of the Infinity Gym. He's called Danny. He's so obsessed. Like he gave me the entire tour. Man, he's changed. He wants the gym to be black and gold. So he changes the Megamas stickers to gold ones. Bro, it
That's
looks so fucking sick. And he pays attention to so much details. And this was a gym I went instead to the Arkham. And you cannot even respond to my DM. It's like
yeah, that is really cool though. I'm going to search Infinity Gym. Hold on. I know you train there, but I'm just have a look at that.
yeah, it's
This one.
honestly for anyone listening, yeah, couldn't recommend. It's south. I think it's south of
How do you,
Belfast.
how do you rate
So
it?
man, the day after I trained there, he got a, a Medex chest press with like a 320 pounds stack.
I'm looking now.
Bro,
Yeah, yeah.
bro.
Bro.
I never seen it before, even online.
Wow. Wow.
Oh, this is the
Wow.
body mass. This is the yeah, yeah.
That's so cool, man.
And right now he has the black mega mass piece, and he changes all the stickers to gold to match it. It's
Yes. So
and the attention to details, like
yeah, it's really
yeah,
good to see.
it's just cool, and I always will support and promote, even though I normally paid for a day pass there. promote gyms like this because I think it's just cool, and I think this is the direction it all should go. So
Yeah,
he
I
cares
agree.
about the members, he cares about the equipment, but he cares about the equipment and everything was, as I said, Jimpin, no problem. I asked him because I wanted to be nice. I would not like to pay to repair the flex leg extension. I swear to God. But this was
Yeah.
the only piece I needed at Jimpin because rest was so ridiculously heavy that I was not even mid stack. So yeah, great gym, guys. Great gym, guys. If you have never been there, give it a go. I will be there back for. Honestly, Nebula Gym invited me to come there in like 6 weeks because they will be some final touches. I'm like, what do you mean final touches? Your gym is fucking perfect.
Yeah, yeah.
And this was the most cool thing ever. I left my mom and brother. They wanted to eat something, and I went to train there. And I was like, in front of the gym, there was like 25 gym equipment pieces, and I mean like best of the best, like standing. And I asked the guy what was there for. Oh, this is just our storage. I'm like, your storage?
I know.
Are you kidding? There was like a flex hack squat, fucking nebula leg press, some stuff that you just don't see. So yeah, it's just cool. And yeah, my obsession about gym equipment is even greater. So
I've got a on the back of that. I mean, honestly, I love talking about kit with you, Dom. It's
yeah,
a real
yeah.
pleasure. I've just got to show you this T. This is I'll say that this is a T bar I'm looking at because I know I said to you I want the Gym 80 one, but like I saw this a few days ago. And I was like, obviously the new Mega Mass stuff, and you're telling me it's really really good. I'm not buying the Mega Mass one, but it's basically like it's like a really good company in the UK have like replicated it. It's like a bit
Okay.
different though. If you see it here, you'll see it in a minute. Just get it up. There it is. It's like you'll see it in a minute.
Oh,
It's like it's
I see, I
UK, but
see.
it's got more handles and stuff.
Oh, I see, I see, I see. But the idea is the same. Yeah.
It's the same, and it's like I'm looking at that and like I can get that, like I can get that, and I can
Man,
I'm just thinking,
of course, I'm not you, but I feel like you would prefer something like this than a normal T-bar.
yeah,
That's my
because
feeling because it's kind of a bit more stable. But what I mean by that is you can like grip and rip it more. I think
yeah,
genuinely, I'm not sure what this brand is exactly about, but if I would place a bet, I would say you would prefer. I use also the Mega Mass, the normal T-bar. So
mm,
their normal T-bar is based on the Body Master ones. It's basically the same. Uh, but I would say that would prefer the linear one uh, because it's just a bit of a different movement. But I think it would suit you better. So, man, it,
yeah.
it looks cool. And you have more handles there, which is always a good thing.
I mean, I agree with you. I feel as though like obviously I'm limited on equipment for back, and I'm really looking at like something which is gonna like it is a really worthy investment, which is sort of like gonna because I really want
Mm.
something which I can really sort of just go crazy on. You know what I mean? It's like and like a T-bar is good, but like obviously it doesn't really stay in the same place, does it? It like you do it and it's
Yeah.
like it moves around, but that I know what you mean. Like with that, you can just basically and you can do whatever you want with it. You can go like really close and do that. You can do like
Yeah.
lots of different sets of different variations of it.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
and
Have you thought about the pull down?
yeah, I mean, I do. I'm thinking about a pull down. I've just got fucking no idea where to put it. That's the point.
Oh, yeah.
Because like, I had a conversation with my friend Will, who's the supplier of my equipment. On that note, I'll show you something. Actually, it's this gym called Santino's. I don't know if you've had a look on it, but it's a gym in Derby. It's like the only. It's almost sort of like the gym you're going to, but on a lot smaller scale. It's like
Okay.
the only gym in Derby which has got old school kit, and it's like a museum in there, bro. I'll just show you a few pieces in there because I know you really like the kit. It's like
I will just grab some water while
no
I'm
worries.
listening.
I'm just gonna get it up. That's all. That's a good tour, isn't it? Mhm. But yeah, so this gym is like it's like it's got like some really rare pieces in it. And you won't be able to see it very well, but it's like it used to be owned by this like pro bodyboarder called Kim Santino,
Uh-huh.
and it's got like
Cool.
that's like what's it called? That thing that Kuba owns. What's it called again? Oh yeah,
Granite? Nah,
Nitram.
Nitro.
It's just got some really unique pieces because in Derby we haven't really got anywhere like that. But like
Not a.
he's a really good supplier of equipment. And I can't remember what we were talking about. We were saying about oh yeah, the pull down and the space. The thing about it, Dom, is there's a lot of space where that deadlift like platform area is where I do my RDLs and my rows and everything.
Uh-huh.
But I need that area because I do all my curls on it on the floor, all the dumbbell work, all the curls so I can drop the weights on it because that's where the mats are. And if I got rid of that, then I would have no space to do any like rows or anything. So
Yeah.
that takes up quite a lot of space. Obviously, like it's surprising how much it fills up, Dom, because you think you have so much more space than you do, and you know, and it. I'm definitely gonna get a cable station like on the wall in the corner, and I have it like on the wall. So like, do you know what I mean? That's definitely
Yeah.
something I want to get. Just because I want to do some like, it's always good to have a cable station because like you can do like I do sort of like want to do like tricep extensions on it and stuff because I do like to have like those movements at the end of the session, you know, because with triceps like all of it's just like compounds at the moment. So
Yeah.
I would like to have some isolation work in there, like you know, because it's just nice, isn't it?
Yeah, no. The only reason I ask for a pull down is like, you can, yeah, you can do pull ups, but you know what I mean. Like there's quite a few variations of rows you can do right now. Pendlay, single arm barbell, dumbbell, etc. But you don't really have a pull down.
Yeah, I know.
That's
Yeah,
why that's the only playing a bit of a devil's advocate here. That's just my kind of thought process. I think that T-bar would be a great addition though.
yeah, I agree with you. I think the pull down is. I mean, if you got like a pin loaded one, put it against a wall, I think I probably could do that.
Yeah.
Again, Dom, it's just finding a good pull down. That's the problem. Because like a lot of these pull downs are like really light stacks, and I don't really. I want to have something which is like. I just don't really want to be putting like two plates on
Yeah.
because I'd rather just have a really heavy stack I can work with, you know. And the biggest thing I'll say, Dom, with owning a home gym is the fucking nightmare putting all the plates back. Honestly, it's like a workout in itself because obviously you don't have anyone to do it for you. Like you have to clean it, I have to clean it all the time, and you have to look after it a lot. You know what I mean? But also, what's good is there's only one member, so like none of the equipment, like none of it's like ever like has any problems with like breaking or anything. Because it's like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
because if you think about it, like the gyms you go to, it's like when equipment like falters, it's like because there's like hundreds of people a day using it. You know?
Yeah. And there's always this one motherfucker who does not unrack their plates. Is of course the weakest in the entire room, but he thinks is the strong. I had it last week. I was boiling inside that. I was like, bro, don't ruin my workout. Like I don't even want to speak to you. Like I wanted to work on the machine with him. He of course didn't let me do so. He was like, "What do you mean work in?" Okay, I was like, "Bro, let me use the Magnum row. It's a good chance to use some different piece of equipment." But then he left all the plates on every single back machine he used, and I'm like, "Bro, you know that there can be like it's not a problem for me. That can be a girl that wants to warm up, and she maybe needs no weight on it, and then she needs to take your fucking place because you are lazy." This is in a commercial gym. This is the only, I don't want to say like a red flag for me. Just fucking re-rack your weights. Like, have you ever seen a guy who, I don't know, leg press 500 kilograms and he left it on the machine? No, I never seen something like that. Never in my life. It's always the small motherfuckers who leave the plate. Sorry, a bit off topic, but it just
No, no, no.
reminded me, and I just needed to get it off myself. So.
No, no, I'm laughing because I've been guilty of this before because that's why I'm laughing. It's like, um, it really wasn't intentional. I remember I was
Oh
at
yeah.
a gym and I was doing like 450 kilos on the Cybex squat press, and it's really funny because I had to go. My mum was like screaming at me to come in the car when I was like at school. I just fucking left like 14 plates aside on it, bro. I'm sorry. That's why I'm laughing. It's like. Uh, it was so funny.
Apologies for everyone. Fuck's sake,
It was
man.
like I only did that once. And it was like the looks. Like I remember, like when I went back into the gym, like the looks I got after leaving 14 20s aside or something. Oh hell no, man!
Oh man,
And
yeah.
it was literally my mum was screaming at me, so I couldn't. But obviously,
Yeah,
like
yeah. No,
I agree
no,
with
no.
you. Like,
That's a different. Man, we all left it some. I remember, but man, it was probably the only time I generally I was like end of prep. I generally forgot to take it off the glued drive, the Nautilus glued drive. There was like 4 or 5 plates left, and the staff member was like, "Why you have not taken it?" And I was like, "Man, I will take them. I'm really deep into prep. I'm sorry. Have you ever seen me leaving any plate?" But when there is some other member, no problem, leave your place. I'm like, there are different like levels to this game and how you treat others. But
oh,
yeah,
absolutely.
it is what it is. Generally, if your mom doesn't scream at you guys, re-rack your plates.
Yeah, and then there was one other occasion when it was actually it wasn't about leaving weights. It's like it was like we were doing like a my friend was doing like a T-bar row, like a chest support T-bar row,
Hmm.
and I thought the Smith was one of the weight horns for the rack. Like
Oh,
I didn't know, I didn't notice, I just didn't know, and I put like 20 kilos on one side of the Smith
that's outrageous.
because I thought it looked like on the weight horn. But yeah, that was
Oh,
funny as well.
oh,
Got
bro,
kicked out then a day
I
later.
was benching once, and so this was on the same bench I've benched my first 100 on, and I remember I for some reason I wanted it was quite a while ago, but for some reason I really wanted to record my warm up set, just something technique wise, and I was back to the bench setting up the fucking camera, but I turned it on already, and there was a guy, and he put it at 20 on the fucking bar. And I re and I re- and bro, this was a time when I was like benching it like 70, So and why the fuck I cannot re-rack this, like re-rack this shit? And I was like, oh yeah, there's a 20. I'm like,
Yeah,
and I had it on
so
camera.
funny.
This was the best part of it,
Have you still
because
got
if
it?
I would not have it on camera, I thought, bro, I think I'm fucking dumb.
Have
I
you got
put
it,
it.
Dom?
What?
You got the video?
Oh man, it was. I would need to search for it, but maybe I
Please
have
send
it.
it. Please send it to me if
Yeah,
you can
I
find it.
after the pod I will take a scroll from. Man, I just need to delete some of the stuff. Like I know that there's sometimes a risk that your Instagram will go bad
Yes,
or
yeah.
something, but man, I just don't have a space. I have
Yeah.
an okay, I have the 128 gig iPhone, but I have the iCloud space, and the iCloud space is family shared. But I own like 95% of it, and it's all my photos, and I just don't have more space. So I need to delete some stuff sometimes. So I will take a look, but maybe I still have it. It was a good laugh by the end of the day, but at first I was fucking mad.
Yeah, I mean, like you said about phone storage, like this is why I struggle to make like carousels of training. Like I've always struggled with carousels of training because like my clips are always longer than 1 minute. So it's a fucking nightmare to get it into like slides. Like I remember like I've always tried to put slides in. And it's like half the set gets taken out. Do you know what I mean? It's like, oh my God.
No,
You know,
but when you're doing a carousel, it can be over a minute.
I don't, can it? Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm
Really?
I'm
Because I,
I did a carousel and the set on the swing squad, but not on the mega mass, but on the one in level up gym was over 2 minutes because it was like 15 reps paused and its entire thing is there.
I don't know about that because mine it like it just cuts it off after 1 minute on each
But
slide.
I'm not saying stories. I'm saying like a normal post.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, yeah. On a normal post, it
Oh,
cuts
then
me
you
off.
need to check it out.
Maybe I don't know.
Maybe it was like this one day. It's for sure not for me like this right now. So
Yeah, I mean, with storage though, it's like you said, like I find it really difficult to delete things because like because obviously like I swear a lot on Instagram and like I just always feel like I'm gonna get like cancelled and like get reported and like and I get banned and I've
yeah.
lost and you know what I mean. It's like it's hard to sort of let go of it, but like at the same point, I got a new phone in April. I've used 300 gigabytes out of 500 in 2 months.
Bro, what?
Yeah,
That's
because
outrageous.
you've also got to understand
Bro, so
all
you have the upgraded like memory, or is it base? The
no,
five.
it's upgraded. It's 500 gigabytes, and I've used 300 in 2 months because
Fuck.
of all the sets, the sort of like podcasts, the edits, the YouTube, all of it. It
Uh,
just fucking stacks up. I'm thinking, bro, I've just got this phone, man. I mean,
yeah.
I remember when on my last phone, I was like you, Dom, like the trenches of the storage. Like I'd be like, come on, you got this. Come on,
Yeah, yeah,
last 1 minute longer. I had to delete. It was just a battle.
there was one guy in the gym. He told me that on the Samsung or some other phone, an iPhone, like when you record, it shows you how much minutes you have till the storage is full. Bro, this would be a blast. I had a few sets that it just stopped recording in the middle of it because I was fucking, shy of storage. But man, the one thing I can recommend is like what's called like a storage that you connect to your iPhone.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So my mom actually owns two of them. She's taking photos of every single thing. Uh, she the only thing the moving process is not always the quickest, but
Yeah, yeah,
once you move it, you have a copy actually there.
yeah.
So
I might
it
look
is
into that
nice, and
actually.
especially that right now the new iPhone, then you can connect it to a computer, the same disk, no problem. So it's like a little stick. So
I'm gonna look into that. Yeah, for sure.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
sick.
I think it's a decent option and for sure much cheaper than upgrading the storage in the iPhone to one. I think you can do 1 TB right now.
Yeah, I was gonna get the 1 TB my phone, but it was just too expensive.
Yeah, it's like the way they charge. Man, I love Apple. Don't get me wrong, but
Yeah.
holy fuck, the way they charge for the storage is it's outrageous, outrageous. I know that the storage is not the cheapest thing right now at this speeds, but man, like
I'll tell you what, though, Dom. Like 2 nights ago, I was just on my camera roll because I was trying to find a set from the session, and I scrolled all the way down to like a year ago, and I was just looking at all these different training clips. I'm thinking, what? I was just thinking to myself, and I'm sure you probably have this as well. Fucking hell, there's so much training. Like I've documented so much training. It's craziness. Thinking, what a beast! What actual beast I am. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
there's just so much. Like I'm just thinking, like fuck, it's just so much training,
yeah, yeah,
and you just forget about all of it at the time, and
yeah.
like the progress you make. It's like thinking, oh, I'm doing like 40 kilo more than that now. You know what I mean? It's like it's
Man.
generally amazing to have it available. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. For me, it's always. I know the number is a bit of an artificial one, but as we spoke on the first pod, yeah, I've recorded every single workout on my in my logbook, bro. If I know it's session 1124 tomorrow, bro, this is ridiculous. Like, just
No.
the number itself is like, bro, this is like over. It's like 3 years of consecutive training if I would train every single day. This is my mind blowing stuff. So.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, good shit. So
I just to finish on, I think.
yeah,
Do you want to? I was just thinking about this. Do you want to answer some of the like the comments we got on the last podcast or anything
yes, let's go.
on the first podcast?
That's mega.
I just felt like maybe we should just talk about like I just thought we should maybe give our responses because like
Oh yeah, I think
there's
it would be
one
nice.
guy who just fucking kept commenting like about 100 times. It's like, are you gonna stop, bro? Like, I'll get back to you when I watch the next minute, mate. Do you know what I mean? This guy was just
Full respect, mate. I think he thought it's like a live chat or something.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But
Yeah,
yeah,
we,
I think
we, we can do it. It will be cool.
yeah. I mean, so I'm just got them up now. Okay. That's about Okay, that's not a question. So apparently, so this guy says the logbook is not just a tool to plan effort; it's mostly importantly a tool to assess recovery. Intensity is what elicits stimulus, but progressive overload is what indicates that the stimulus is turned into adaptation. What happens then is that someone could push balls to walls every week, and you could argue that by default should equal progression, and maybe it does for you. But what if it doesn't? What if their numbers have stagnated and they were due a deload a month ago, and they don't realize it because they are just in that grind mode? Someone like Dom can look back and pinpoint how everything is working. That's you. He's done this by AI because you can tell by the font. He's made a mistake on the font on the word.
I see, I see.
How having a rest day here or train X versus Y amount of sets translates to better or worse recovery because data does not lie. Sure, you can remember what you did last week. Can you remember the reps and the set for every week of every set of 6 weeks? I can understand for you, it maybe does not matter. You've got an incredibly strong for 2 years, so fair play. But there are a lot of negatives. It's kind of how you don't need to track food or weigh yourself to lose or gain weight either. The underlying mechanics are all that matter. But going blind is always a risk that your feelings and perception of what you think is happening off the actual data. P.S. I'll be commenting more when I get more through the pod, so don't flag me for spamming, bro. This is boosting yours algorithm. And then you responded, what did you respond? Man, I generally appreciate you engaging with the pod. We can all have different opinions, and that's good. I'm glad we have constructive conversation here. Good response. Yes, a logbook can be a tool to assess recovery as well. But as we said, Mungo knows his numbers by heart, and the pure act of writing it down doesn't change anything, if you know what I mean. Also, there are so many subjective factors to take into account when to take the foot off the gas and to take a few back-to-back rest days. Training performance is one that, for me, suffers last. I disagree with you. You need to remember reps and sets for every single session for 6 weeks. It's completely irrelevant. You need to look at the long trend here. Mungo records all his sets, or at least majority of his sets, and treats his IG a bit like a video logbook of his training. Of course, I don't want to speak for him here. Glad you enjoyed, Dom. So I know that was a bit long, but I think, I mean, do you want to go first about, like, I think the main point is he's saying the logbook is like, you really have to use one. I think that's basically what he's saying. I don't agree with him at all.
Yeah, I think. Thanks for reading the comment. That reminded me what I wrote actually. I think it like he misses the point. Misses the point of the discussion, and it's like everything we were saying, that the fact that you write something down, like it does not. It's like he says that it's like if you would not track your food. But if I'm eating exactly the same thing for last 22 weeks and I remember it by heart, if I would log it on my MyFitnessPal, would that change anything? No, it would not change anything. You know, it would not change the calories. It would not change and anything. And I feel like this is the same thing. So I'm curious what you have to say, because I've answered a bit for you here, but because I do logbook. But honestly, I don't. As I said, like, we feel when we need to take the gas of foot of the gas, and we've spoken before we started recording. Like, there's a difference, for example, of how you feel being ill than like completely battered from training. It's two completely different feelings, and for me, the subjective stuff is much more relevant than the logbook. Like, I will put so much into the training that even though I feel like shit, and I would probably should take like 2 or 3 back-to-back rest days and to freshen up a bit, my logbook will still progress, you know. And this is such an individual response. Maybe for what was his name, Ruben?
It was
whatever.
Ruben, yeah.
I think it's Ruben.
I think he's like 40 or something. I think he said he was 40 or something, but yeah.
Bro, his nickname is 1994. That's not 40.
Oh no, it's not. That would be
okay. Maybe that's his child. Whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
To the point is that for maybe for somebody like the training performance will start to suffer, and you will need to take some rest days, because like as we discussed, like, besides like a competition prep, we are not really a fan of a deload or
the deloads.
Yeah, you know, that's why I phrase it back-to-back deloads, because there is a time, always it will come a time where you just need to take a step back.
Just time off. Like,
yeah,
we start saying deloads. Just take some fucking days off if it's that bad. No.
Yeah, exactly. But for me, it's like, why we try to like say everything through the matter of numbers, like to have a binary system, you know, because you see in the logbook that like one number slip doesn't mean you need a deload. It doesn't work like this. Like, look at the grand scheme of things, how you feel. And again, I'm a Whoop user, and it would maybe suggest that I'm all binary. No, I'm not. This is a nice tool. I like to track it. I like to have some backup. It's just interesting for me, to be honest, you know. And I'm actually a happy user, and I will probably buy the subscription again. But never. This shit tells me that my recovery is 40%. I'm like, fuck off. I'm not looking at you. I will have the best session of my life. And majority of the time is the case, you know? For example, with the Whoop, it's like there is something called heart rate variability. Basically, it's like if you have 60 beats per minute, then the variability means if you would have perfect variability, then every beat would be every second, exactly every second, yeah. But the variability is how much it spreads apart, and generally, the greater the number, the better. But it's very individual, so like don't get obsessed. But something that I noticed that after a rest day, which is an perfect rest day, my food is on point. I sleep even better, probably, and even a touch longer, and I do still my steps, so there's some activity. It always drops off, and it always hits my recovery score. So sometimes, so today, after a brutal leg day yesterday and 2 consecutive days of training, I have like the recovery score like 95. And honestly, I would not train legs for sure today. Like there's no fucking way. Upper body probably no as well. But tomorrow, I swear to God, I can send you a screenshot. I will have like a 50 or 65 after a perfect rest day. And what? I'm supposed to what? Skip a session? Like this is outrageous. Like everything in the numbers. Like chill out, guys. Like same as bodybuilding. Like, is there some kind of a number on stage besides the one on your trunks? No, there's no. So
I mean, that's actually, I like how you've used that sort of example to sort of back your point up, which is really interesting. You're basically sort of saying, you have a rest day, be fresh, and it still gives you a shit score, but you can be battered from consecutive days of training. You've got a high score. That's just evidence. Like, I really don't agree. Like, I really don't agree with the sort of making this training and everything in such a sort of quantitative approach, because it's not like that. Like, and especially like, and I'll just target this comment because obviously you mentioned some good points there. It's like I just don't agree. Like I don't agree that the numbers are going to dictate. You think it's all about feel for myself. Like I've had a few rest days because I had a fucking massive headache and I felt awful because for whatever reason that was, I can't tell you, but I felt it and I took a few days off. Like it's all on feel. Like it's because you're like, and I don't agree with that. You should just be dictated by a fucking number. Do you know what I mean? It's like, and he says here, it's like he's saying that I should be writing down for recovery and anything. I don't need to write for recovery because I know when I'm ready and I'm not. Do you know what I mean? I don't need anything to tell me that. And and I think he compares it to food, but like you said, Dom, I think that's an important point to make. Is like, I don't even track my chicken and rice one because I've had the same exact portion, exact gram for a whole year. I don't even need. I know exactly. It's exactly the same, so I don't need to do anything with it because I know exactly what it is. It's the same thing for 365 times. And I'm just reading it, so I just get a bit more reading it again. And when he talks about training, like having a rest day, like he's saying that like if you go down a rep, you should take a rest day basically on the logbook because that indicates recovery. But like that's just not true. Like you can like you might that rep might be because you might have and like we spoke about like on the first podcast about like RDLs like having a different foot position or wearing a different trousers. Like you can get 1 rep minus because maybe you didn't the unrack was shit or your hand was slightly wider than the other one, and that's what cost you the rep, not because you were ill and you needed a deload. Do you know what I mean?
yeah.
So that's my opinion on it. I think, I don't agree with you. I think you need to base off how you feel on that day, every day. You need to assess every day how you feel. And then if you don't feel, if you genuinely, obviously it comes with experience, but when you're ill and you versus tired and you know when to train and not to train. And if even if you're like, you're not ill, but you're under recovered or not under recovered, you slightly feel, not, I wouldn't say like ill, but you're like slightly weaker. Maybe just adjust the session a little bit. I mean, I've had that sometimes. Like, I haven't necessarily been ill enough to take a rest day, but I haven't been like really sort of strong, where I can just like, maybe my lower back's a bit sore from RDLs. I think, okay, I'm not going to do like a barbell curl today. I'll just do like a preacher and then do like some dumbbell work. Do you know what I mean? Like on arms or something. Just adjust it, but not enough to validate a rest day. If you understand what I'm saying there.
Yeah, exactly.
You've got to take it how it comes.
Yeah, man, for me, the quote, can you remember the reps and sets for every set of every week for 6 weeks? This is completely irrelevant. This is like so irrelevant that I have like I don't even want to comment on it. Like absolute useless data. Absolute useless data. And as I said, I have a logbook and I actually try not to look at the number I did last week. Does it make any sense in this? No, it does not. And as I said, it's all fine tuning. And sometimes for majority of people embrace that, yeah, you will be sore. Like, I swear to God, my lower back is not in great shape today after after yesterday, and I fucking love it. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
it's like,
You know you've done damage. That's like what's a really good feeling when you're sore. Like my chest is fucking sore right now.
oh
I know
yeah.
how to, and I know, hell yeah, that was a good workout. I worked
Well,
my chest.
I don't know if it's only me with the chest when you're like walking down the stairs, but like jumping a bit on it, and
Yeah,
like you feel your chest.
yeah,
It's like
fucking sore.
best feeling ever.
But it's because it's also especially sore because obviously I haven't I haven't been on a chest machine for fucking 7 months. And
Oh,
Dom, I tell you what now, yeah, I know I love my free weights, but fucking hell, like having a machine after it was so nice, man. Like
yeah.
I've literally been doing bench for 6 months and dumbbell flies, and that's it.
Uh,
But fucking hell, free weights are so much harder. I'm not gonna lie. Like I can go into that. I can switch on within seconds. With bench, I have to fucking get really up for it.
yeah,
To
yeah.
even make and also bench is so hot. I've been really it's been hard to progress, man. On one because I'm doing 130 now. I've done a double. I'm trying to get to like sort of like 4 reps. I'm going to go to 135. I'm trying to get 160 before I turn 20. So I've got about 10 months. But Dom, it's a real bastard to progress. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh yeah, I remember, man. I remember. It's like free weight presses in general.
Hard.
It's probably the hardest thing to progress. Like, people don't realize how fucking easy it is to add something on the leg press on an RDL. It's really easy.
Yeah,
Like the adaptations are there. Man, with a dumbbell press, with a as yeah, for me it was always a dumbbell press. For me it was like, it was, I jump a load fucking wall, and the dumbbells below were moving okay. So yeah, we just need to embrace it. It's
yeah,
hard, and man, good that you enjoy it. And right now that you have more variety with the Ferrari, I will call it Ferrari.
yeah. We've got the Ferrari, but
Yeah,
yeah, like you said, Dom, it's like it is so hard to progress, and it really does take a lot. And this is why, like, I really try and vary it. So, like, if I stall with flat bench, then I'll go to incline for a bit and then do dumbbell
yeah,
work. And then I'll come back again and I'll make some progress, and then for like a few months, and I'll make progress and I'll stall again. And the best approach is always like having variation because you with bench especially it's really chest, shoulders, and triceps. This is why I preach a lot of compound tricep work, like really close bar, sort of like JM press and heavy overhead extensions because that's what finishes the rep. The chest what started, and the triceps what finish the reps. You need to make that sure those are strong. But the payoff's
yeah.
really good, man. It's really fun, and being strong at it is a really fun thing to do. And also, wherever you go in the whole world, you can train because you know how to do free weights.
Yeah,
That's the
yeah,
most
that's right. Yeah, and it's a great skill to have for sure, and the basics that everyone should start off. And man, like, I feel like everyone feels like there are intermediate or advanced. No, you're not, probably. If you're listening to this podcast, I swear to God, you're probably not. And I feel like I'm very far from advanced, even though I think we are somewhere high in how we train. The intensity, that's for sure. This is, I don't know, like, you train in a private gym, so but man, the comments you get in the gym where there's an like Asian guy in Newry. He has some insane genetics. Like, swear to God, he looks like from a cartoon. Uh, and he also is training hard and doing some great stuff, like with some deficit barbell work. But last time he like spoken for me to a bit longer, and he was like, "But Dom, I'm so always impressed about the intensity of effort. It's like you train the hardest here," and like, oh, I'm like, yeah, this is exactly what I want people to take from me, from my page. Like that's exactly that what I want to preach. Is like, effort is king.
absolutely. I mean, I'll say it now. I don't think there's many people who train harder than this, and I'm not. That's not me being arrogant. I very, very. I don't care how big you are. I'd find it very, very. And I'm not trying to be egotistical, but I'd find it really, really difficult to find anyone who trains harder than us. To be honest with you, I'm very proud in that, and I'll say that till my death. because I know. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
obviously, I think people have this impression. Like, I think people sort of see people training harder because they're stronger. Like, the more weight on the bar, it looks like they're training harder. But like, intensity is all individual, obviously, because of like how strong you are. But there's always more to learn in terms of just learning more about like training and everything. There's always more to sort of learn. But I think intensity, I think you get to a certain point where you really start to max it out. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
And it's
It's
hard to get.
intensity and the basics. Like I did the 5 plate RDL after not doing a barbell RDL for 40 weeks, because I've done it so fucking much already. Like there was a point I was barbell hinging twice a week, like every third night. So
Don't know how you
man,
do
it cross transfers. Like it's a
that.
skill. It's a skill that you want to learn. And yeah, there was dumbbells up to 70s. Yeah, maybe it's a similar movement to the bar, but honestly, it feels completely different.
It is very different. It
Yeah,
is very
it is. It is very different. And you know, because I spent years doing basics, right now, yeah, yeah, probably there's much more in the barbell RDL, which I'm very excited for, because it was just one shot and I just fucking did it, and yeah, the form was great, everything felt mega. So like people need to understand that it's the basics that you need to master, because the cross transfer there is insane. As you said, like you got a chest press machine and you are very good at it because you are great at free weight presses, but
Yeah.
it doesn't work the other way, that you are
No.
great in machine RDL and then you will grab a bar, you'll probably bend in half, so
I mean, this is what I remember when I did my PT like course, like to like
yeah.
qualify. And I remember going there, and I went in one time to like an in person session. It's all like online. It
Yeah.
was online. And I went in once. Like my parents were like, "Oh, go in and have a look at what it's like." I was like, "All right," because I wanted to have a look at the gym I was going to be doing the assessment, and the practical
Yeah,
assessments.
yeah, I know.
And then I went in there, and this guy was like, he started talking. This guy fucking knew nothing, and he was saying, "Yeah, if you get," he was like, "You don't get strong by doing different movements. There's no carryover in movements." So it's like, so hold on a minute. So you're saying, so if you don't do a specific exercise, what he was saying is, in order to get strong at a specific exercise, you have to do that exercise. Nothing else will add to it. So I said, okay. So with your logic, if I can deadlift 800 kilograms, I can't full stack a pull down, yeah? Is that right, yeah? Yeah, no, you can't. No, all right, okay. That makes sense. So if I can bench
No.
press 5 plates aside, I can't dumbbell press the 30s, can I? Is that how it works? Yeah. So your body doesn't know. Your body knows what responds to the tension and the adaptation on your chest, and your chest grows to accommodate for that strength. It doesn't matter what fucking thing you do. But obviously, like, do you know what I mean? It's like, of course, it's gonna be carryover. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
No, the
you,
man, the PT courses, this,
oh,
oh
oh,
man, it's and like I needed to do it because I would
yeah.
not get a job in Warsaw without it. But honestly,
Such
this guy
bullshit.
could learn something from me,
Yeah.
And when I was doing it, I was quite far from where I am right now,
Oh,
So
Dom, it was so funny, man. And we got onto like progressive overload, and he was like, you don't need getting stronger, like, and all this, like, he was saying, like, you don't need to get stronger in the gym. And I said, oh, okay, so we're just gonna ignore, okay, we're gonna ignore everything about bodybuilding, yeah. And he also said, you don't need to do cardio. Cardio doesn't work. Oh, okay. Should we just want to tell that to the thousands of bodybuilders who get to what a single digit body fat? Yeah. Oh, nice. We'll just ignore those guys. Yeah, just ignore them.
it's just just sometimes you sit on those type of shit and just you don't say nothing, because when you start, there's no fucking end,
Yeah,
because
I was
the
raging
guy
at
is
3 hours.
wrong in every single aspect, and you cannot argue. It's like, amen. That's everything I have to say.
Yeah, and he was like, "Well, I've got a degree in sports science." I said, "Okay, how much weight have you
Oh
ever lifted? You
yeah,
can have as many fucking studies as you want, mate. What's your best PBs? What training have you done to? Because obviously, and guys, listen up. Experience triumphs anything. Like, it's all good talking about it, but if you haven't fucking lived it, there's no validation to your
yeah,
argument. Do you know what I mean?
yeah,
Especially
yeah. It's
in bodybuilding, especially that training and everything. You can't talk about sort of training about in such a way if you never even trained hard. Do you know what I mean? It's very difficult to give your opinion if you don't even train hard.
yeah, yeah.
Um, but yeah, just on that, we got a last comment. There was another comment by the same guy,
Let's go.
and it was about oh yeah, this one. This was quite a big one, and we both responded to this one. There's also this other guy said, "Lol, these dudes are like 18 years old with 2 years of lifting experience." I fucking laughed at that.
Yeah,
Uh,
fucking.
oh, fucking hell, I got loads of likes. I got 7 likes on my comment back. Fucking hell, or 5 likes. Is it 5 likes? 5 likes. I got 5 likes on this comment back, and I said, just letting you guys listening, if you haven't read the comment, this guy said, "Lol, these dudes are 18 years old with 2 years of lifting experience." I responded, "Funny comment, mate. If all you've taken from a 3 hour podcast is our age, that says more about your ignorance than it does about us. Bodybuilding isn't a hobby to me or Dom. It's our entire lives. Every single day revolves around training, nutrition, recovery, learning, and becoming better. In the last couple of years, I've immersed myself in bodybuilding more than some people do in decades. I spent thousands of hours researching, experimenting, speaking to some of the best minds in the sport. I even had top IBB pros and top Olympian level bodybuilders, like James Holling said on my podcast, just discussing training with me. And then I go in to talk about like the weights I've done, and I say Dom's already competed in bodybuilding, ridiculously strong, obsessed with the lifestyle. And then I say we can spend 20 years casually going to the gym and learn very little, or you can spend 2 years completely obsessed, constantly learning, constantly asking questions, constantly testing yourself, making unbelievable progress. We're not claiming to know everything. Nobody does, but we've earned the right to have these conversations because we live this lifestyle every single day. And we've constantly learning from people who have achieved the highest level in this sport. Judge the discussion by the information being shared, not by the number on our birth certificates."
No, this is. I have nothing to like. Actually, he even took our ages wrong. So.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you for saying 18. But
So,
and then
thanks for telling me I look younger. That's
yeah,
always what I wanted to hear.
yeah. I mean, I thought you look about the same age as me. I mean, it's only like 1 year
Yeah,
difference.
yeah, yeah.
Well, when is your birthday?
16th of March.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah,
So,
you're pretty much a year older than me.
yeah,
Um, yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Just the last comment. I'll probably get comments on the next podcast or at least it's still uploading, but
It's still uploading.
yeah, yeah.
Fuck's sake, it take ages.
Don't worry, it'll be out. It'll be out today. Don't worry.
Oh, good, good.
Um, I thought I'll tell you what, Dom. I found this technique on YouTube. Yeah, it seems to work. Like I put a video up and I leave it for like a day with no Instagram promotion, and then I promote it like a day after, and it seems to do better. Like you let it sit on YouTube, get some views, and then
Like
you
marinate.
marinate. Yeah, like marinate. Yeah, I don't know why. I've been doing that.
Bro, we can do that. Yeah.
No, no, it wasn't by purpose. I just did it because I released the video and then I just didn't like I posted. I had like training to post. I couldn't post the trailer on the same day.
Yeah,
Do you
yeah.
know what I mean? 'Cause you don't want to burn out the good content in one evening. Do you know what I mean? Because it doesn't get its. You want to
Too
be able
much.
to stagger it. But yeah, just on this comment, this guy said Ruben again. He said you don't understand not training to failure because you are 20 years old. Okay, Dom's 20. I'm 19, not 18, and have 2 years to 3 years of post puberty training under your belt. If there is a time to be able to recover from balls to the walls training, it is right now. As you get older, I am 32 with 10 years in the gym. All those failure sets start being harder and harder to recover from, and you have to adapt. You are not at that age yet, so it's impossible for you to understand how an older body feels and recovers. I trained balls to the walls like you until almost 30. Then the numbers weren't budging anymore, and I was showing up beat up to every session, and the rare nagging pains became commonplace. I needed to adjust to see more progress. Our reps and reserve training is leaving gains on the table in the short term to ensure you're recovering from balls to the wall forward in the long term. I mean, and then you responded, this was really funny. Maybe you don't train too hard, but you don't recover enough hard, sir. Majority of the hardest training people and greatest bodybuilders are in the 30s, some even in their 40s, which is very true in what I said. No joke, numbers are harder to progress after each year of training. You're right that I have no clue how older body feels and becomes. But man, 32 is not really older body yet. I hope you enjoyed the rest of the pod though. No, but you're right though.
Yeah.
And then like and then I said a really long one. I can't find it anymore. Oh no, mine was really long. Have you got this up? Are you reading this up? Have you got it up?
I have it in front of me. Yeah.
And then yeah, I know I'm speaking a lot, guys, but you need to understand them. You can read the comments, but and then I said, I think you're completely missing the point completely. You're acting as if being 19 automatically means you can train harder than someone in their 30s, and I don't agree with that whatsoever. If that was true, why are some of the hardest training bodybuilders in history in their 30s? When was the last time you saw a 19-year-old natural training harder than a geared up professional bodybuilder in his 30s? Look at Jordan Peters. He's 36 and arguably trains harder now than ever. Look at Dorian Yates, the pinnacle of hardcore bodybuilding. He built his legendary physique in his 30s. Ronnie Coleman won the majority of his Olympias in his 30s while training with unbelievable intensity and weight. Branch Warren, Tom Platz, the list goes on. Yes, recovery changes with age, but that does not automatically mean intensity has to drop. The greatest bodybuilders simply become better at managing their recovery whilst continuing to train absolutely balls to the walls. You're also ignoring the fact that the stronger you become and the more advanced you become, the more intensity is required to keep progressing. Pulling 340 kilos off the floor places infinitely more demand on the body than pulling 100 kilos. Squatting 300 kilos, rowing 200 kilos, and pressing huge weight requires far more physical output than beginner weights. The stronger you become, the greater demand becomes. So what I mean by that is he's saying as though you're the pinnacle of your training intensities at your young age, but you're not the strongest then. And I'm saying as you get older, the stronger you become. Therefore, you need more intensity to deal with that weight because it's heavier. And then the longer you train, the more experience you gain, the stronger you become, and the harder you have to push to create new stimulus. If your intensity never has to increase as you get stronger, then you're probably not pushing yourself hard enough to keep progressing. Recovery isn't determined by age alone. Sleep, nutrition, stress, training and volume, and recovery management and genetics, in many cases, play a role, as well as PEED use also plays a huge role. So I don't think this is an age issue. I think it's an individual issue. Saying someone trains to failure because they're 19 is a huge oversimplification. At the end of the day, effort is a choice. Age might influence recovery, but it doesn't decide how hard you're willing to push a set. Hard training has no age limit. And that was quite long, but...
Yeah, and man, I think we are both to the point here. Me with a little shorter answer, you with a longer answer, but same stuff basically. Something that I would just add because I just thought when you were reading it, maybe like a lot of people seem like they don't know what correlation is and what causation. Like maybe it's not the fact that they're older, but maybe training stopped being a priority for yourself. Like yes, I'm 20, and yes, I maybe don't have tons of responsibility, and I can do everything to make the most out of my training. Maybe you have kids. I don't know. Like depending on your age, finally, we have not decided if it's 94 is the child or him, whatever. It's like maybe there are so many different things going in your life that you feel like that you cannot train as hard. Maybe that is the case, or maybe that's just an excuse. I have no clue, to be honest. But I feel like this is like, if anything, we are far before our strength prime.
Oh,
it's like we like in like anatomy sense, we just stopped being children. Like
I mean, you don't stop growing till you're 21. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. It's like no, I like.
I'm pretty sure there's like your like testosterone and everything peaks at like mid-30s or something. Like that's when you're strongest.
And then all the examples that you gave, all in the 30s.
Yeah.
And it's not about the PDUs. I can promise you, Danny, what was his name? Or what was his name? Ruben, sorry. Ruben, you can get back to this podcast in 10 years. I promise you, I will deadlift more than I do today.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it will be same with you. It's like we maybe let's put it honestly, maybe we just started this game, and like to the comment before that we are just too like how we can like have a right basically talk. Bro, you don't need to listen. This is like free will that you are on the spot. If you got this far, fucking appreciate it. I
Big up to yourself,
we have a little challenge that each episode will be a second longer at least. So.
It's like me and Dominic, we're doing like an all-night 24-hour podcast at the end of the year.
It will be. Yeah, man. We will have I don't know. The amount of reps you will do on a leg press, we will do the same minutes on the pod.
Honestly, I think this might be I'm being generous. This might be one of the longest podcasts in bodybuilding space. Like people don't talk this long,
But man, if I hear that somebody got to the end, and he tells me it in person. Like really, like there's no award for listening to the end, you know, like nothing special would happen to you. But it's so cool to hear that people are actually interested, you know. So yeah, I'm have a blast. And even though, you know, maybe we don't disagree with this comment, like thank you, Ruben. I need to scroll to see the name. I don't
Yeah,
remember. Thank
yeah.
you, Ruben, for
Yeah,
commenting. Maybe
engaging.
you boosted the views. Maybe we don't
We
agree
don't
with
agree with you, but
everything.
you're it's always good to have conversation and to be able to give our opinions on it, because
Yeah,
I've it really does help the podcast when people comment, because obviously
exactly.
it boosts it. But yeah, I think I'm really enjoying the podcast, and I think Dom is as well. We talk about lots of different topics, and like Dom said, I really appreciate everyone tuning in to the podcast. What was I going to say? Yeah, I was talking about like most podcasts, like in the UK, they're like 40 minutes long. Like most of them
Yeah.
are. Like it's really short. Like
Bro,
so
40 minutes, it's not like it's not enough to get into the car. What
no.
about the drive? I'm like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But yeah, and also what I've done is to help the podcast. I basically I timestamp it. I don't know if you saw that. So like,
yeah.
if you go on the podcast, guys, every single section will be like the best ability I can, because obviously I can't get it precisely on point because I have to fucking listen to it for 3 hours and write it down. But I basically a combination of listening and also using Zoom to basically make some chapters up. So if you go on the podcast, guys, anything you want to hear about, so we talk about everything. So like on this podcast, there'll be like section about the Portugal Pro, then there'll be like nutrition, there'll be like updates, training, natural bodybuilding, everything. So if you want to go and listen to a certain segment, you can just have a look, just press on it, and it will just show you on the red sort of time bar thing. So yeah, yeah, absolutely great podcast. Thank you once again for coming on, Dom, and yeah,
Yeah.
one in the bag.
Perfect. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in as always. And we'll be coming with them hopefully frequently. This last week was a bit of a hiatus for both of us. So, yeah, maybe we'll try to set like a date or something.
Yeah, I think we'll make sure we get like a fixed date so we
Yeah,
can.
you know, just for convenience, also for like scheduling purposes. So, yeah, this was the third one. Second one is not up yet, but it will be
Here
today.
we are. Yeah, yeah.
So, fucking, what a time to be alive, to be honest, you know?
Absolutely, yeah. Just loving training and talking all about it. That's the best thing we can do,
Yeah.
is. But yeah, make sure you guys go check it out on Spotify, Meet Hem Mentality Podcast, and thank you once again for tuning in. See you guys in the next one.
Adios.